I raise dinosaurs in the apocalypse. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 26, Meeting the Ex-Girlfriend. A few minutes ago, Lin Kong was concentrating on watching her father. Suddenly, a foot climbed up from the stairs. Seeing such a strange scene, Lin Kong thought she had seen a ghost. She screamed and fainted. Not long after, Lin Kong's fighting and roaring downstairs woke Lin Kong up. She was still frightened and immediately rushed downstairs in panic, fearing that the strange foot would find her again. When she came downstairs, she saw Yixiago and his group of 3 at first sight. Who is she? She looked at them in confusion at first, but after recognizing Yixiago's face, she immediately rushed over excitedly. Sister Xiago. Yixiago was her brother's girlfriend. During the winter vacation of her freshman year, she came to visit her home. For Lin Kong, Yixiago was a very gentle and kind sister-in-law. She not only taught her to draw, bought her beautiful skirts, but also took her to eat delicious food and play fun things. However, when she later heard that Yixiago had broken up with her brother, Lin Kong was so angry that she scolded her brother Lin Kong. After the zombie crisis broke out, Lin Kong was also worried about Yixiago. Now, when she saw this former sister-in-law again, she instantly forgot her fear of the soles of her feet. She opened her hands, hugged Yixiago's waist, and asked innocently, "Sister Xiago, why did you come here suddenly? Are you here to see your brother?" Yixiago was sensing the meteorite fragments, and suddenly found someone rushing over, and was about to defend herself. Looking closely, it turned out to be Lin Kong's sister. Seeing that Lin Kong was living safely in this doomsday, she couldn't help but curl up a gentle smile at the corner of her mouth, and she also hugged Lin Kong's head. Sister came here to do something. She didn't answer Lin Kong's question directly, fearing that she would hurt Lin Kong's heart. In fact, Yixiago liked Lin Kong's sister very much. Of course, she also liked Lin Kong. It was when she just entered college as a freshman, and Yixiago was carrying a heavy suitcase at the entrance of the university. She was sweating profusely and met a boy in a white shirt. It was Lin Kong. Lin Kong helped her carry her luggage, and she treated Lin Kong to a meal. After a while, the two of them naturally fell in love. They talked for about half a year, and during the winter vacation, Yixiago went to Lin Kong's house to play. However, when she returned home, her parents intervened strongly because they looked down on Lin Kong, a poor boy from the countryside. She was cowardly by nature, so she could only listen to her parents and chose to break up with Lin Kong. Half a year after the breakup, the zombie crisis broke out. Yixiago, who still liked Lin Kong in her heart, was very worried about Lin Kong's situation. Unexpectedly, because of the investigation of meteorite fragments, the two met again. Yixiago's mood was very complicated, with both surprise and entanglement. The surprise was that the end of the world had come. Everyone was equal. The poor and the rich had become the most humble ants, and their parents could no longer stop the two from falling in love. The entanglement was that the meteorite fragment was on Lin Kong, and she also felt that Jin Baong might want to kill Lin Kong. So, she had been keeping her head down before, not daring to look at Lin Kong, because she didn't know how to face the terrible things that were about to happen. Kyokiao, hurry up and go upstairs. Don't come down if I don't tell you. Seeing Lin Kyokiao running down and seeing that she had no scars on her body, Lin Kong was relieved. Then, in order to prevent scaring his sister, he immediately took off his bloody clothes and quickly wiped his face. And, he blocked the view between Li Keg's body and Lin Kyokiao's vision. He tried to use a gentle tone to persuade Lin Kyokiao to go upstairs. Brother, a foot ran up just now, and scared me to death. Hey, brother, why do you smell so bloody? Lin Kyokiao saw Lin Kong and then remembered the foot just now. But when she smelled the blood on Lin Kong's body, she couldn't help but wrinkled her nose and asked, I just killed a few zombies. Be good, go upstairs first, Dad needs someone to watch over him. Sister Xiago and I have some things to do. Lin Kong didn't tell her about Li Keigi's resurrection, so he just lied. In this situation where the enemy is unclear, it's best to let the sister run upstairs quickly to avoid hurting innocent people. Oh, okay. Lin Qiao nodded, and then waved to Yi Xiago. Sister Xiago, I'm going to take care of Dad now, and I'll play with you when I'm free. Yeah, okay. Yi Xiago smiled at her. Fuck, do you think my words are bullshit? Seeing Yi Xiago was hesitating there, Jin Baoang kicked her in anger. Yi Xiago is also a new human, and her physical reaction ability is not bad. She dodged the kick with a flash. After all, Lin Kong and Lin Qiao were watching, and she chose to dodge for the sake of face. Oh, you dared to hide. Jin Baoang, who usually bullies Yi Xiago, saw that Yi Xiago dared to resist him today, so he immediately rolled up his sleeves and was about to slap her. Hey, skinny, don't hit my sister Xiago. Lin Qiao was about to go upstairs, but when she turned around, she found that Jin Baoang was going to hit Yi Xiago, so she rushed over again and blocked in front of Jin Baoang. She raised her little face and said angrily. The original text is available at Liu number 9 /. Lin Kong was so scared that he quickly strode forward and pulled Lin Qiao away before Jin Baoang lost his temper. Qiao, go back and look after Dad. I will protect Sister Xiago. Okay, brother, you can't let Sister Xiago be bullied again, otherwise she will break up with you again. Lin Qiao educated like an adult. Okay, my ancestor. Can you hurry upstairs? Finally, Lin Qiao went upstairs obediently. Can someone tell me what your relationship is? Jin Baoang suppressed his anger, stared at Lin Kong and Yi Xiago, and asked in confusion. She is my girlfriend, he is my ex-boyfriend. Lin Kong and Yi Xiago said almost at the same time. Okay, she is my ex-girlfriend. Hearing Yi Xiago's answer, Lin Kong had to change his words awkwardly. I don't care if you are my ex-boyfriend or my current boyfriend. Anyway, is the meteorite fragment on this guy? Jin Baoang was not stupid. From Yi Xiago's evasive expression, it was not difficult to guess that the meteorite fragment should be on Lin Kong. This kind of thing could not be concealed. Yi Xiago hesitated for a moment, and finally nodded. Yeah. In that case, why don't you take it quickly? Jin Baoang scolded unhappily. Facing Lin Kong, Yi Xiago didn't know how to start. Here, give it to you. Just as Yi Xiago was hesitating, Lin Kong took out the meteorite fragment and handed it to Jin Baoang. Although it might be the meteorite fragment that caused Li Keigi to be resurrected, and although this thing might be a treasure, but, in order to live a stable life, Lin Kong would rather not have any treasures or wealth. If handing over this meteorite fragment can resolve the upcoming conflict, Lin Kong is very willing. Hey, you are quite straightforward. Jin Baoang was about to reach out to take it, but Lin Kong retracted his hand. If I give you this meteorite fragment, can you promise not to cause me trouble? Lin Kong didn't know the specific relationship between Li Keigi and the three of them, so he hoped to get some security guarantees. Well, okay, I promise not to cause you trouble, just give me the fragment quickly, Jin Baoang replied perfunctorily. Lin Kong thought about it, and finally chose to hand it to Jin Baoang. Jin Baoang took the meteorite fragment. Suddenly, he showed his mouth with gold teeth and smiled evilly at Lin Kong. I promise not to cause you trouble, but if your ex-girlfriend wants to cause you trouble, I can't do anything about it. Hearing this, Lin Kong suddenly had an ominous premonition. Jin Baoang turned around and ordered coldly, Yi Xiago, kill your ex-boyfriend. Chapter 27, I'm sorry, Akong. I'm sorry, let's break up. On the first day of the spring semester, the peach blossoms in the school were blooming brightly and warmly, and the birds on the roadside were singing happily. But Yi Xiago, with red eyes, asked Lin Kong to break up. Like a thunder, it exploded in Lin Kong's mind. In an instant, the peach blossoms around lost their colors, and the flying birds broke their wings. Okay, no matter how much the two liked each other, they couldn't resist the cruel reality. In the end, Lin Kong still chose to agree. He didn't want Yi Xiago to be in the pain of constant scolding from his parents. However, What he didn't expect was that this breakup made Yiziago suffer even more, in the longing of liking but not being able to meet. Finally, the end of the world came, and all beings were equal. Yiziago thought he could take this opportunity to reconcile with Lin Kong, but he didn't expect that when the two met again, he would have to kill Lin Kong with his own hands. Yiziago, with a pale face, looked at Jin Baoang with begging eyes. You won't be unable to do it, will you? Jin Baoang tilted his head and grinned. If you don't do it, then your parents will. As he spoke, Jin Baoang made a gesture of wiping his neck. Yiziago's parents, because of hunger, couldn't help but steal a sausage from the warehouse of the gathering place, and were caught on the spot. In this end times of food shortage, stealing is a serious crime. In order to kill the chicken to scare the monkey, the leaders of the gathering place decided to execute Yiziago's parents. It was Jin Baoang who took action to save Yiziago's parents' lives. From then on, Yiziago worked under Jin Baoang. Because he firmly resisted Jin Baoang's desire to occupy his body, he was often beaten and scolded by Jin Baoang. How can you? Seeing Jin Baoang threatening him with his parents, Yiziago's hands trembled, he hesitated, and couldn't speak. Now, Yiziago is in a dilemma. One is the lover she thinks about day and night, and the other is her biological parents who gave birth to her and raised her. Should she choose Lin Kong or her parents? Of course, if this question is left to Lin Kong to choose, needless to say, Lin Kong will definitely be. Children make choices. I want them all. But Yiziago, who is cowardly by nature, panicked for a moment and didn't know how to choose. Kong, I don't know what to do. If I don't kill you, my parents will be executed. In desperation, Yiziago had to sob and look at Lin Kong. Lin Kong was also a little confused. He couldn't be in trouble, and his father and sister needed to be taken care of by himself. Although the ex-girlfriend was still quite important, her parents forced themselves and Yiziago to separate. At first glance, they were not good people, and it was a waste of time to let her die, but, at the moment, Yiziago was asking for help with tears in his eyes, and Lin Kong would never dare to tell his true thoughts. To be honest, if Yiziago and his mother fell into the water at the same time, Lin Kong would definitely save his mother without hesitation. After all, the ex-girlfriend is the ex-girlfriend. There is an extra X. Let me count to 3. If you still don't do it by the time I count to 3, I will do it myself. At that time, no matter your ex-boyfriend or your parents, they will all die. Jin Baoang hated Yiziago in his heart, thinking that Yiziago just liked to pretend to be pure. It's the end of the world, but she still looks like a chaste saint. I gave her a bowl of pork, but she refused to sleep with me for a night. She didn't agree to such a good deal. What a brainless stupid woman. No. Why do you have to kill him? He gave you the meteorite fragments, Yiziago asked anxiously. Well, I'm not targeting your ex-boyfriend, I'm just targeting everyone who has seen the meteorite fragments. In fact, he didn't say something. Not only Lin Kong had to die, but also Lin Kong's sister and the father he mentioned. Anyway, in the end of the world, it's not illegal to kill people casually. As he said that, Jin Baoang stretched out a finger. 1.3. Jin Baoang had just finished counting 1 when he immediately jumped to the number 3. Why did it suddenly jump to 3? Yiziago was still struggling in her heart, whether to choose Lin Kong or her parents, but she found that Jin Baoang had already counted to 3. The number 3 was already urgent enough, and this person actually cut corners. My school is terrible, and the math teacher is not good enough to teach me. Jin Baoang had already picked up the knife and strode towards Lin Kong, throwing down a sentence. Sorry, now that I have taken action, Yiziago, your parents will also die because of this. Don't let me do it. Yiziago immediately chased after him. The original text is available at Liu number 9 / Jin Baoang stopped and pretended to be hesitant. I promise to kill him. At this moment, no matter what choice he made, Lin Kong would definitely die. So, Yiziago decided to do it himself. At least, in this way, his parents could continue to live. Okay, then I'll give you another chance. You must keep your word. Otherwise don't blame me for being ruthless. In fact, Jin Baoang didn't want to do it himself. After all, it must be quite interesting to let former lovers kill each other. Okay, I'll go now. Yi Xiaogo wiped away her tears, gritted her teeth, and walked towards Lin Kong step by step. Jin Baoang behind him couldn't smile. He walked to the side, found a piece of wood to sit down, rubbed his palms and said excitedly, "Hee hee, there will be a good show now." Next, what is about to happen is, the ex-girlfriend fights the ex-boyfriend. Very interesting. Even Ling on the side found it very interesting and couldn't help but speak. He, who always had a cold face, couldn't help but find a stone to sit down, quietly looking forward to the development of the next thing. Looking at his former girlfriend, walking towards him aggressively, Lin Kong stood up straight. He knew that this battle was inevitable. Moreover, he couldn't lose. According to the character of the thin man with gold teeth, Lin Kong estimated that not only he was in danger, but even his sister and father were in danger. Once he lost, the consequences would be disastrous. If things continued to develop like this, it was very likely that in the end, he would have to defeat all three people in front of him. However, I only have one Tyrannosaurus Rex, can I really do it? He didn't have much confidence in his heart. The irritable thin man with gold teeth, because of his irritable character, Lin Kong felt that if they really fought, this thin man would definitely reveal many flaws because of his irritable character. Although it would be difficult to defeat the thin man, it was not impossible. However, Lin Kong had no idea about the fat man sitting on the stone. A barking dog doesn't bite, and a biting dog doesn't like to bark. People who are taciturn like the fat man are the most terrifying. Oh, by the way, there is also an ex-girlfriend, Yi Xiaogo. Lin Kong thought about it carefully. Yi Xiaogo was too cowardly, and her psychological flaws were too big, so he should be able to solve it easily. The only difficulty was whether he could bear to destroy the flower with his hands. Finally, Yi Xiaogo walked up to Lin Kong. She pursed her lips, and the struggle in her eyes gradually faded. The silver moonlight sprinkled on her soft long hair. At this moment, this night, it was like the first day of the spring semester. Yi Xiaogo stared at Lin Kong and said again with apology, "Ah Kong, I'm sorry." If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 28: Yi Xiaogo vs Lin Kong. Information worth providing. Yi Xiaogo, own combat power, average. Possessing skill, hand of sealing, remaining number of times that can be launched, 6. Lin Kong, own combat power, succumb. Possessing pet, Tyrannosaurus Rex. Tyrannosaurus Rex combat power, excellent. Tyrannosaurus Rex skill, forbidden fire eye, remaining number of times that can be launched, 6. Tyrannosaurus Rex teeth, very hard. According to the above strength comparison, Yi Xiaogo is almost unable to defeat Lin Kong, who has a Tyrannosaurus Rex. However, the real situation is, "I'm sorry, I must kill you." Yi Xiaogo made up her mind and punched quickly. Bang! There was no way to dodge. Lin Kong didn't even see her fist clearly before he was hit. There was a sharp pain in his abdomen, and at the same time, a strong impact pushed Lin Kong back and forth. In the process of retreating, he was tripped by a stone again, and his body rolled on the ground twice before stopping. Wow, it hurts. Lin Kong sat up, holding his stomach. A trace of blood flowed from the corner of his mouth. Sure enough, as a scumbag, Lin Kong, in close combat, could not beat Yi Xiaogo, who was rated as average in combat power. "Are you okay?" Yi Xiaogo felt distressed reflexively, and almost rushed over to help Lin Kong up, but her foot stopped in the air just after taking half a step. She must kill Lin Kong tonight. She must not be soft-hearted. "What are you wasting time on? Keep fighting. Your ex-boyfriend has fallen to the ground, so hurry up and take advantage of the victory." Jin Baoang, who was sitting on the wood, urged impatiently. Moreover, he bit the three words ex-boyfriend especially hard to further stimulate Yi Xiaogo's fragile nerves. "Okay, I will fight now." For the sake of his parents, Yiziago attacked Lin Kong again. Lin Kong just stood up. Yiziago leaned over and swept his leg. Bang! Lin Kong was hit in the foot and fell heavily to the ground again. Hiss! Lin Kong covered his painful calf and took a breath. He frowned, thinking, Yiziago is really fast, worthy of being a new human. This sweeping kick almost broke my leg bones. Good kick. Jin Baoang patted his thigh and said, a few more kicks. Yiziago looked at Lin Kong's painful appearance of holding his calf, and his heart was almost bleeding. He wanted to say something, but in the end he couldn't say it. She leaned over, tears welling up in her eyes, and her beautiful face was deeply hidden in the shadows. Then, bang 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 bang, a flurry of punches hit Lin Kong continuously. Lin Kong curled up and endured it silently. There are 3 reasons why he has been passively beaten. First, he really can't beat Yiziago. Second, Lin Kong doesn't want to expose the strength of the Tyrannosaurus rex. Third, although Yiziago's importance is not comparable to that of his sister, father and mother, he still can't bear to do anything to Yiziago. After all, she was once my favorite girl. The pain spread from all parts of the body to the brain. But Lin Kong gritted his teeth and said nothing. The Tyrannosaurus rex hiding in the corner of the house looked at Yiziago, and the flames of anger could not help burning in his eyes, and his teeth were chattering. It wanted to rush up and tear Yiziago to pieces, but Lin Kong ordered it to extinguish the flames in its eyes. Helplessly, the Tyrannosaurus rex could only watch Lin Kong get beaten. After about 20 or 30 punches, Yiziago couldn't stop crying and flowed. When she found that Lin Kong had stopped moving, she quickly stopped. It's so boring. Your ex-boyfriend didn't even resist. Jin Baoang felt quite bored when he saw that Lin Kong didn't order the Tyrannosaurus rex to attack. Read the original text at Liu number 9 /. He had just clearly seen the Tyrannosaurus rex crush Li Keigi's skull in just a few bites. With such hard teeth, it was likely that 1 or 2 bites would kill Yiziago. However, Lin Kong just kept taking the beating, and the Tyrannosaurus rex ran away. Are you satisfied now? I have beaten him to death. After quickly wiping away her tears, she turned around and said angrily to Jin Baoang. However, she knew that she had not used much force in the previous punches, but the momentum looked a little scary, so Lin Kong probably did not suffer any serious injuries. If he recuperates well, he will be fully recovered in about 3 or 2 days. I hope Jin Baoang can let Lin Kong go, Yiziago thought in his heart with luck. Haha, you are so funny. Jin Baoang laughed and stood up. He raised the 9-ring broadsword, extended his tongue covered with saliva, licked the blade, and asked with a twisted expression, do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? I gave you a chance, but you didn't cherish it, so don't blame me. After that, he held the 9-ring broadsword upside down and strode towards Lin Kong. Jin Baoang saw that Lin Kong was a man who valued love. He had broken up, but he still couldn't bear to attack Yiziago. Moreover, it was the end of the world now, and there were many women in the gathering place in the county. As long as there was a bag of rice, there would be a lot of girls who would take off their clothes for you. I've beaten him seriously, so please let him go. Seeing that Jin Baoang was going to kill Lin Kong, Yiziago's tone softened and he begged him. Sure enough, his little thoughts could not deceive the ruthless Jin Baoang. Go away, don't block me, or I'll cut you too. Jin Baoang twisted his neck and made a terrible cackle. He swung the 9 small rings on the broadsword again, making a ding-ding sound of metal collision. A bloodthirsty and murderous look appeared in his eyes. I promise you, I will sleep with you for 1 night. Seeing Jin Baoang's terrifying eyes, Yiziago knew that Lin Kong was doomed. She bit her lip and finally made a difficult decision. Jin Baoang had always wanted to get her body. Now, in order to save Lin Kong's life, sleeping with him for 1 night might be the last resort. No, Jin Baoang would definitely want to sleep with her for more than 1 night, probably dozens of nights at least. Thinking of this, Yiziago made up his mind and made a decision. Forget it. No matter how excessive Jin Baoang's request is, I will agree to it. As long as Kong can survive, everything is worth it. Jin Baoang approached Yiziago, and raised her small and delicate chin with his finger, revealing a lecherous look. Are you serious? Smelling Jin Baoang's foul breath, Yi Xiaogo frowned slightly, but she did not dodge, but replied with tears in her eyes, "Really, as long as you let my ex-boyfriend go, I will agree to anything you say." Looking at Jin Baoang's lecherous expression, Yi Xiaogo thought that Jin Baoang wanted to get her body very much, and would definitely agree to this transaction, but unexpectedly, a very vicious word came out of Jin Baoang's mouth slowly. "Haha, you are just a second-hand product that has been used by others. Who wants you?" Chapter 29 Lin Kong vs. Jin Baoang. You. Yi Xiaogo's pretty face turned pale after being scolded by this sentence. She pointed her slender finger at Jin Baoang and was about to fight back with words, but she couldn't think of any insults. At this time, Lin Kong had already stood up, although his whole body was in pain. It was only a minor injury at most. He raised the machete in his hand and said to Jin Baoang, "Hey, big gold tooth, take a close look at my machete." Looking at it, "What's the matter?" Jin Baoang pushed Yi Xiaogo away and asked with a slight smile, "Look at it, because later, I will use this machete to smash your teeth one by one and cut off your tongue. Then, I will put it in your mouth and poke it out from the back of your head." Lin Kong just touched Yi Xiaogo's little hand and kissed her little mouth. Yi Xiaogo, who was still pure, was insulted by Jin Baoang. This was something Lin Kong could not tolerate, no matter what. This Jin Baoang was dead. Lin Kong had to kill him. Ha ha ha, such arrogant words. You probably don't know who I am yet, because if you knew, you would be so scared that you would pee. In order to let you die clearly, I will kindly tell you that my name is... Jin Baoang suddenly laughed when he heard Lin Kong's words. He is a super master in the top 10 of the new human strength rankings in the gathering place. A mere rural kid, who only owns a weird dinosaur, dares to shout like this. He really doesn't know how to live or die. Just when he was about to say his name, "Shut up, I don't need to know the name of a dead person." Lin Kong interrupted him coldly. "Okay, you are showing off, right? You are really good." This made Jin Baoang very uncomfortable, and he was very angry. Swish! Suddenly, without any warning, Jin Baoang threw out a big knife. The big knife shot towards Lin Kong, and the speed of this knife was so fast that Lin Kong could not dodge it. But, ding! The incredibly fast Tyrannosaurus Rex was the first to arrive, blocking the knife and knocking the blade away with a pounce. At this time, Jin Baoang had already rushed over. He threw a straight punch with his right arm, directly hitting Lin Kong's face. This straight punch was powerful and heavy. If it hit, Lin Kong would definitely die. He hurriedly stepped back and ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to pounce on Jin Baoang's fist head-on. Ang! The Tyrannosaurus Rex showed its hard and sharp teeth and bit at the fist. But, Jin Baoang's right straight punch was halfway through, and he suddenly retracted it. "You are such an idiot." As he said that, he quickly stepped forward, clenched his left hand, which had been accumulating for a long time, and threw a heavy and powerful uppercut at the Tyrannosaurus Rex that was rushing over. Bang! The young Tyrannosaurus Rex hit the abdomen with this uppercut, and flew directly into the air, rising to a height of 4 or 5 meters before falling heavily. It turns out that Jin Baoang's right straight punch was just a cover to attract the Tyrannosaurus Rex to attack him. Then, he changed his moves midway and threw an uppercut with his left hand to complete the real attack. "You are a piece of trash, and you are not qualified to say that you don't need to know the name of the dead. Haha, are you going to make me laugh to death so that you can inherit my Aunt Huibai?" Seeing that he won a great victory in the first confrontation, Jin Baoang was full of confidence and didn't take Lin Kong seriously at all. He picked up his 9-ring broadsword and laughed loudly. Just the strength of the flesh easily knocked Lin Kong's dinosaur away. Maybe in this battle, he didn't even need to use his superpowers, Jin Baoang thought. "Are you okay?" Lin Kong ran to the Tyrannosaurus Rex and asked with concern. "Dad, it hurts." "I'm angry." Intermittent thoughts came into Lin Kong's mind. But after the Tyrannosaurus Rex finished speaking, he immediately rolled on the ground and stood up in a flash, as if there was no big problem. He shook his dizzy little head, and looked at Jin Baoang with anger, wanting to tear him to pieces. "Next, it's time to send you off." Jin Baoang stretched out his 9-ring broadsword, pointed the tip of the knife at Lin Kong, and a ferocious smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. In his mind, He had already thought of a plan to deal with Lin Kong. Later, he would cut Lin Kong's body in half with one knife. Well, he would cut from Lin Kong's forehead down, along the nose, mouth, neck, and cut him into two symmetrical halves. Jin Baoang imagined the next scene. Boss Jin, I beg you, let him go. I will listen to you obediently in the future, and never resist you. Whatever you want to do to me, I will obey you willingly. Seeing that Lin Kong suffered a great loss as soon as he came up, Yi Xiaogo was very anxious. Lin Kong had a low chance of winning against Jin Baoang. After being beaten up by her, he was even more helpless. Thinking of her cowardly self who followed her parents' ideas and cruelly broke up with Lin Kong, Yi Xiaogo felt guilty. Now, she couldn't bear to watch Lin Kong die under the knife of others, so she rushed to Jin Baoang. She knelt down on her knees, grabbed Jin Baoang's feet with both hands, and begged with tears, "Get out!" Jin Baoang was impatient and wanted to kick Yi Xiaogo away. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. But Lin Kong stopped her with a shout, "Hey, don't kick her, your opponent is me." Bang! Jin Baoang's right foot kicked Yi Xiaogo away heavily, causing Yi Xiaogo's nose to bleed. He smiled disdainfully. "Who do you think you are? If you tell me not to kick, I won't kick." "Haha, you are so funny." This action made Lin Kong furious, but his expression was still calm. "Xiaogo, you don't have to plead for me. Just watch from the side. Believe me, I won't lose." Lin Kong cast a confident look at him. Yi Xiaogo had no choice but to nod and walk aside to watch obediently. After all, with her own superpowers and skills, she was really no match for Jin Baoang. However, she didn't know what tactics Lin Kong had to defeat Jin Baoang, who was in the top 10 of the Gathering Places strength rankings, with a mortal body. Da. Jin Baoang stopped talking nonsense, stepped on the ground quickly with both feet, and rushed towards Lin Kong. He raised the knife with one hand and chopped straight at Lin Kong's head. Under the moonlight, the snow-white blade flashed with a breathtaking cold light. This knife, Lin Kong alone, naturally couldn't block it. To be precise, no matter what moves Jin Baoang made, Lin Kong couldn't stop it, because his fighting ability was too poor. Whether Yi Xiaogo beat him up or not, it actually had little effect on this battle. In order to defeat Jin Baoang, he could only rely on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. He ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to jump onto his shoulders, and then jump out of his shoulders to attack Jin Baoang. "You idiot, you fell into the trap again." Jin Baoang showed a hideous and smug smile on his face. He circulated the spiritual energy in his body and activated his superpower, Vajrablade. When ordinary people become new humans, a special energy will appear in their bodies, which experts call spiritual energy. Using this spiritual energy, you can release your superpowers. Jin Baoang's superpower, Vajrablade, can make his 9-ring broadsword as hard as diamond. Simple, direct, and powerful. Whoever he chops with one knife will die. This time, Jin Baoang's plan to attack Lin Kong was to kill Lin Kong with a chop. In fact, he wanted to use the Vajrablade to kill the Tyrannosaurus Rex that was in the way. Under the urging of the spiritual energy in his body, the surface of the 9-ring sword was coated with a layer of dazzling golden color, which looked quite gorgeous. Swish! The chop changed midway and turned into a horizontal chop, about to chop the Tyrannosaurus Rex in half. But something strange happened. Puff! The body of the Tyrannosaurus Rex did not rush towards his sword, but rushed towards Jin Baoang's right foot. The sharp teeth bit down and fiercely tore off a large piece of flesh on the instep. That right foot was the foot that had just kicked Yi Xiaogo's nose and made it bleed. Only a fool would control the Tyrannosaurus Rex to bite Jin Baoang's sword. To hit the snake, hit it at its weakest point, and to capture the thief first, Lin Kong of course attacked Jin Baoang himself directly. In this second confrontation, Jin Baoang not only did not gain an advantage, but was bitten back. He was quite angry. "Ah, you are looking for death." Seeing the blood gushing out from the instep, Jin Baoang yelled in anger and then swung his knife to chop at the Tyrannosaurus Rex on the ground. But as soon as the Tyrannosaurus Rex finished biting, it quickly ran back to Lin Kong's side. There was no time to bandage the wound. Jin Baoang limped and rushed towards Lin Kong again with gritted teeth. The Tyrannosaurus Rex was too flexible, and this time, he decided to kill Lin Kong first. Chapter 30. Kill the Golden Overlord. Look at my machete? Do you remember what I said just now? Lin Kong looked at Jin Baoang limping over and felt relieved. He held out his machete and once again angered Jin Baoang. If Jin Baoang calmed down and thought about his attack tactics, he might have a chance to defeat Lin Kong. However, his irritable personality made him lose his most important rationality. Remember me, I'll kill you. Jin Baoang was really overwhelmed by anger and he activated the ability of Vajrablade. Again, the 9-ring machete in his hand turned golden. He no longer paid attention to the position of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and only wanted to kill Lin Kong. How boring. Leng, a fat man sitting on a stone, saw Jin Baoang fall into Lin Kong's trap and had no intention of taking action. He just sighed in boredom, because a rubbish like Jin Baoang with an unstable mentality was really not worth helping. Moreover, he was going to kill Jin Baoang in the first place, so this saved him the trouble of doing it himself. Originally, Yi Xiaogo's battle with Lin Kong was quite interesting, but Lin Kong was always beaten and didn't fight back, and Fatty Leng was also bored. In short, it was all quite boring. So, when I do it myself later, I have to come up with something interesting. Run. Yi Xiaogo didn't know the real situation on the battlefield, and reminded Lin Kong to run away. After all, Jin Baoang was a new human, and Lin Kong was just an ordinary person. How could he block the invincible 9-ring broadsword? Want to run? Humphrey, it's too late. Jin Baoang endured the pain, stomped his feet heavily on the ground, and rushed towards Lin Kong holding a machete like a tiger descending from the mountain. He raised the knife and was about to chop it down. Suddenly, he felt something jump up on his back. Jin Baoang understood instantly that it must be the Tyrannosaurus Rex that jumped on him. However, even if the Tyrannosaurus Rex had a small mouth, it would at most bite off a piece of meat, and it couldn't stop my attack at all. Jin Baoang quickly weighed the pros and cons, and continued to chop down Lin Kong with his broadsword. He would definitely kill him, but, puff, the bite of the Tyrannosaurus Rex caused him to lose control of his body instantly. With a plop, Jin Baoang fell to the ground. He felt a bite on the back of his neck, but why was he unable to move after just one bite? What was going on? Your dinosaur is poisonous. You, a villain, actually used such a method. It's really despicable and shameless. Jin Baoang couldn't control anything except his head. He tried to tilt his head and cursed at Lin Kong angrily. If you want to fight, you should fight uprightly. You actually used poison. Jin Baoang was quite unconvinced. He tried his best to pick up the 9-rings broadsword and chop Lin Kong, the insidious villain, to death, but his fingers didn't move at all. What's going on? Yi Xiaogo was also confused. Could it be that the teeth of this Tyrannosaurus Rex were really poisonous? That shouldn't be the case. Tyrannosaurus Rex is not something like a cobra. Its teeth are not structured to have the function of storing poison. But she looked at the wound of Jin Baoang, thought for a while, and immediately understood. So that's it. Akong is so smart. The fat man Leng on the side, seeing Lin Kong's method, finally revealed a trace of excitement in his bored eyes, and praised in a low voice, "Not bad." Lin Kong walked up to Jin Baoang with a knife and stepped on his face. "Alas, you are so uneducated, so terrible. My dinosaur bit your spine, causing your nerves to break and high paraplegia." "I didn't use poison at all, idiot." "What high paraplegia? My hands and feet are fine." "You despicable bastard, you obviously used poison, but you still don't admit it." Jin Baoang didn't understand what nerve break was at all. Lin Kong was too lazy to explain to him, and just put the machete on his gold teeth. "You should not have forgotten what I said." "Humphrey, you still dare to kill me. Be careful that my brothers will kill you." Jin Baoang was still stubborn at first, trying to threaten Lin Kong with his power, but when he saw Lin Kong's dark and cold eyes, he suddenly realized that this Lin Kong really wanted to kill him. Jin Baoang could feel that there was a faint chill enveloping him. So, he panicked. You are not serious, are you?" Jin Baoang remembered what Lin Kong said just now. When he thought of that cruel scene, he felt a chill on his back, and his tone was full of fear. "Of course I am serious." In order to prove his words, Lin Kong knocked off a gold tooth with the handle of the knife. "Ah, Jin Baoang screamed. On the surface, he is a hot-tempered person, but in fact, he is very weak inside. Facing the impending death, he felt deeply afraid. I don't want to die. I don't want to die yet. Brother Ling, please save me. With your ability, you should be able to kill this guy easily. Jin Baoang begged for mercy from the fat Brother Ling in despair. However, no matter what he said, Brother Ling just sat there motionless, as if he didn't hear anything at all. No, Brother Ling, I've been so good to you and flattered you so much. Why don't you save me? Why? Jin Baoang looked at Brother Ling angrily, with resentment in his eyes. At this time, Lin Kong raised the handle of the knife again. Read the original text in Liu number 9 / The teeth were knocked out one by one. Lin Kong would not show mercy. This Jin Baoang regarded Lin Kong's life as weeds, killing him whenever he wanted, and bullying Yi Xiago at will. If this battle fails, perhaps even his sister and father will not be able to escape the clutches of this Jin Baoang. Therefore, Jin Baoang must die. Puff. Lin Kong did as he said before, cut off Jin Baoang's tongue, and stabbed his head with a knife. Jin Baoang's eyes were filled with reluctance. I am a top 10 expert in the ranking of new human strength in the settlement, but I fell in this remote village and was killed by an ordinary person without superpowers. It's really unpleasant. Moreover, I have 5 or 6 wives waiting for me to go home and favor them, but now, I thought that with the end of the world coming, I could be domineering and reckless, but I didn't expect that I would die in the end. Gradually, his eyes lost the color of life. Jin Baoang, die, because his brain was pierced. He, like Li Kegi, didn't even have the chance to become a zombie. Yi Xiago looked at the dead Jin Baoang and felt relieved. This bastard guy is finally dead. However, when she thought of her parents in the settlement, she suddenly became worried. Without Jin Baoang's care, her parents might not be able to save their lives. Swish. Lin Kong pulled out the machete from Jin Baoang's head and wiped it on Jin Baoang. Then, he raised his head, looked at the fat man sitting on the stone, and asked calmly, "You are going to kill me too, right?" Although Jin Baoang was dead, the real crisis tonight was not over yet. Jin Baoang had a bad temper and a lot of psychological flaws, so he was easier to deal with. However, this fat man was calm and composed. Even when facing the situation of his companions being killed, he did not have any emotional fluctuations at all. He was really a terrible opponent. No, no, no. The fat man still said 3 words habitually. He stood up and patted the dust off his butt. Lin Kong was a little puzzled when he heard his answer. Could it be that this fat man was a good person? He would not kill people to silence them because of the meteorite fragment. If that was the case, it would be great. To be honest, Lin Kong had no confidence in defeating this mysterious fat man. Well, then thank you. Thank you for not killing me. Lin Kong even thanked him. If it was a peaceful era, if someone didn't kill you, you naturally didn't need to thank him. But this is a special period. I killed the other party's companion, and he let me go. Of course, I still have to pretend to thank him. Although, Lin Kong did nothing wrong from beginning to end. He has been passively defending himself all along. However, for the safety of his family, let alone thank you, even kneeling down is not a problem. Then this meteorite fragment is for you. Lin Kong searched out the meteorite fragment in Jin Baoang's pocket, wiped it on his clothes, walked out in front of the fat man Ling, and handed it to him. This meteorite fragment must be a treasure, so Jin Baoang would pursue Li Kegi relentlessly. As the old saying goes, a man is innocent, but he is guilty of possessing the treasure. Lin Kong dare not hide such a treasure privately, so as not to bring another disaster to his family. But Ling took a look and did not take it. He pointed at Lin Kong and Yi Xiago, and finally pointed at the building of Lin Kong's house. Then, he continued what he had not finished saying just now: all. Lin Kong was confused at first, but when he read Ling's words together, he understood. Ling meant that he was not targeting Lin Kong alone. He wanted to kill all the living people around here. Anyone who might have seen the meteorite fragments must die. From the beginning, Ling had no intention of letting Jin Baoang live. In this small village, the matter of the meteorite fragments must be known only by himself. Lin Kong couldn't help but take a step back. He swallowed his saliva. Unexpectedly, This fat man was even more ruthless than Jin Baoang. At least Jin Baoang didn't think about killing his teammates, but this fat man didn't even let his teammates go. Chapter 31. Have a meal before the battle. Forbidden fire during the battle with Jin Baoang just now, from beginning to end, Lin Kong did not let Tyrannosaurus Rex use this skill, because this is the only asset that he can compare with Leng, and it cannot be exposed. However, seeing Jin Baoang's respectful attitude towards Leng, Lin Kong understands that this Leng must be very strong. Moreover, what is Leng's superpower? Where is his weakness? Lin Kong knows nothing about these. He doesn't know what tactics to use to defeat this mysterious fat man who is absolutely superior to him in psychology and strength. Xiago, you are also a new human, right? What is your ability? Lin Kong looked at Yi Xiago. He must join forces with Yi Xiago to have a slight chance of defeating Leng. Therefore, he must first understand her ability so that they can cooperate. My ability is Hand of Seal, which can seal the enemy and also comes with a part of the tracking function. Yi Xiago leaned towards Lin Kong, looking at Leng's expressionless face. Yi Xiago knew that this battle was inevitable. Begging for mercy is useless. This Leng is much more cold-blooded than Jin Baoang, so she also understood that she had to join forces with Lin Kong. So she told Lin Kong all her abilities without reservation. In terms of intelligence, Yi Xiago is far inferior to Lin Kong. Therefore, she can only hope that Lin Kong can come up with a good solution. Do you know what Leng's ability is? Lin Kong hopes to get as much information as possible from Yi Xiago, but Yi Xiago shook his head. I know Jin Baoang's ability very well, because I have always worked under him. This Leng, this is also the first time I work with him. He has never shown his superpowers. When we met zombies on the road, it was Jin Baoang and I who took action to solve them. In short, Jin Baoang is very afraid of this Leng, so he should be very powerful. Moreover, from the point of view that he never easily shows his superpowers, Leng is still a very cautious master. Well, your analysis makes sense. Lin Kong touched his chin and fell into deep thought. If we don't know the other party's ability, then the first tactic should be to explore the enemy's ability. Only by knowing the ability can we take effective measures. But how can I understand his ability safely, effectively and quickly? Lin Kong's thinking was pushed to the limit. Even though the war was imminent, Lin Kong's mind remained calm. Are you ready? After a while, Leng urged. It was precisely because of his strong strength that he deliberately set aside time for Lin Kong and Yi Xiago to discuss countermeasures. Otherwise, if they were killed in seconds, there would be nothing to play. Wouldn't this long night be too boring? I hope these two people can come up with a good way to deal with me. Leng was looking forward to the next battle. By the way, I have a great idea. Lin Kong finished thinking. He was disappointed to find that no matter what strategy we adopted, the possibility of our failure was very high. However, he had to win. If he failed, his whole family would die. So, when he observed Leng's bloated belly, he suddenly had a novel idea. What idea? Tell me quietly. Yi Xiago tugged at Lin Kong's clothes, signaling him not to tell the enemy about our strategy. But Lin Kong ignored her, and instead said to Leng openly, before the battle, why don't we have a midnight snack first? After all, it's so late, and you've traveled so far, you must be hungry. I might as well tell you that my cooking skills are quite amazing. Most fat people should like to eat. This Leng's figure, judging by the size, is at least more than 300 pounds, fatter than Niu Guafu, and he must eat a lot. So, Lin Kong catered to his needs and came up with this idea. Kong, what are you doing? Yi Xiago thought Lin Kong was joking. Leng is going to kill all of us to silence us. How could he still be in the mood to eat with you? Unexpectedly, it's really delicious. Leng raised his eyebrows and asked with interest. To be honest, he was really hungry, and it would be nice to have a midnight snack. Moreover, letting them eat their fill before sending them on their way was also a gift from me. Yi Xiago was stunned. From what Leng said, he agreed to have a midnight snack. The original text is available at 6:9. This was something she had never expected. If it doesn't taste good, you don't have to do it. I'll cut off the head and give it to you. Lin Kong was relieved when he heard what Leng said, and quickly replied confidently, great, This midnight snack will buy me a lot of time. In this way, I can take the opportunity to come up with a suitable way to deal with the powerful Leng. It's delicious. Absolutely delicious. The dishes he cooks are delicious. I can guarantee you that. After being stunned for a while, Yixiago finally reacted. In order to prevent Leng from regretting, she quickly agreed. Ah Kong was indeed smart. He even thought of such an idea. Now, Yixiago admired Lin Kong in her heart. At the same time, she also felt that with Lin Kong, this huge Liang, maybe Leng was not invincible. Let's go. Fatty Leng took the lead and walked towards Lin Kong's house. Okay, then you sit in my living room first and have a cup of tea or something. Lin Kong greeted Leng as if he was treating a distinguished guest from afar. Then. Is there anything I can do? Ah Kong. Yixiago was still quite panicked and nervous, and her mind was in a mess. Even if Lin Kong's delaying strategy succeeded, after dinner, they would still have to fight a life-and-death battle. Lin Kong looked at Yixiago's pale face and knew that she was under great psychological pressure, so he ordered, "Go wash the vegetables and rice." Giving Yixiago something to do also made her feel more at ease. Leng came to the living room of Lin Kong's house and sat on the sofa. "Come, have a glass of boiled water." "Wait a moment, I will prepare the food soon." Lin Kong poured a cup of hot water for Brother Leng. Brother Leng took it and hesitated. "Don't worry, it's not poisonous." Lin Kong guessed that Brother Leng might be afraid that he would poison him. Brother Leng blew a breath and drank slowly. In fact, he was not afraid of poison at all, but he admired Lin Kong in his heart. After dinner, he will face his great enemy. However, there was no panic in Lin Kong's eyes. Observing his hands holding the cup, they were not shaking and were quite steady. If it were not for the meteorite fragments, Brother Leng would even want to take Lin Kong as his younger brother. Unfortunately, he is destined to die tonight. Chapter 32 How to Deal with Brother Leng. The salt here is used up. I'll go to the village east store to get some salt. Halfway through the meal, Lin Kong walked out of the kitchen and asked Leng for help. There was still half a bag of salt in the kitchen. He was actually lying. After taking a sip of hot water, Leng asked calmly without raising his head, "Do you want to run?" Leng didn't have the time to check the kitchen to see if there was any salt. He just asked casually, "If I wanted to run, I would have run away from the kitchen a long time ago. Besides, my sister and father are upstairs. Although I may not be able to beat you, I will never run away." Lin Kong's tone was orderly and there was no panic at all. Looking up, Leng looked into Lin Kong's eyes. He didn't see any fear in them, so he nodded. "Thank you." Lin Kong turned around and walked out slowly. After walking a distance, Lin Kong began to run as fast as he could. "We must hurry." He rushed to the village east store at the speed of a 100-meter race. Panting, he had no time to rest, and immediately called the Tyrannosaurus Rex, lighting the flames on his eyes to illuminate the dark store. "Poison! Quick! Quick! I must find something poisonous." Lin Kong wanted to poison the food, so that he could avoid a life-and-death battle. With the light of the Tyrannosaurus Rex's flame, Lin Kong began to search the store. Chili flakes, chewing gum, mineral water. He turned over all the messy things, trying to find something like rat poison, dichlorvos, etc. Lin Kong was so anxious that he was sweating profusely, and his sweat dripped onto the floor. He searched for a long time, but still couldn't find anything poisonous. "I can't stay too long, otherwise Brother Leng will get suspicious. If he gets angry and kills his sister and father, it will be terrible." There was no way. Since he couldn't find it, Lin Kong had to take a bag of salt and prepare to go home. Hungry. Suddenly, the Tyrannosaurus Rex sent him a message. It sniffed at a piece of the floor. Lin Kong had no time to find food for it, so he led the Tyrannosaurus away. But, no, this Tyrannosaurus should have been full. Why did it want to eat again? In this situation, Lin Kong understood that the Tyrannosaurus must want to eat something unusual. Lin Kong decided to waste some more time to see what the Tyrannosaurus wanted to eat. He observed the floor where the Tyrannosaurus sniffed, and then found a handle. Squeak! Lin Kong pulled up the handle and found that it was the entrance to the basement. The Tyrannosaurus rushed down the stairs impatiently. "Don't eat anything," Lin Kong warned. Then, he also went down the stairs into the basement. "I thought there would be something unusual," such as zombies, monsters, etc. But, this is just a very ordinary basement, which stores some Coke, Sprite, fruit drinks and other items. Eat. The Tyrannosaurus sent a message to Lin Kong facing a piece of soil. Do you want to eat soil? Lin Kong asked in confusion, but then, he observed carefully and found that the soil had been disturbed. In other words, someone might have put something underneath. Lin Kong then found a shovel and started digging. Not long after digging, ding, the shovel hit an iron box. Eat. Hungry. The little eyes of the Tyrannosaurus Rex stared at the iron box eagerly. Lin Kong picked up the iron box, wiped the dust off it, and found that it was an ordinary pencil case. He opened it and was disappointed. Oh, it turns out to be a spirit core. No wonder you are hungry. In this pencil case, there was the spirit core that Lin Kong had hidden, as well as a dried six-petal green flower. The six-petal green flower, even if it is dried, is still useful. Lin Kong picked up the spirit core and saw that there was only a light spot inside. It was a first-level spirit core, but these two things can't save my life. Lin Kong wanted to give the meteorite fragments to Brother Ling, but Brother Ling refused to let him go. Read the original text at LU number 9/. Not to mention a mere first-level spirit core. Although the six-petal green flower is relatively precious and rare, with Ling's vision, he probably doesn't think much of these things. How about I take this spirit core and start evolving immediately? Lin Kong thought, but immediately denied it. Evolution requires 2 or 3 days of sleep. In any case, Ling can't drag it out for another 2 or 3 days. I know, I can give it to Xiaogo to temporarily improve her strength, or give it to my Tyrannosaurus Rex. Lin Kong had a new idea, but he was not sure whether the evolved new human would fall into a dormant state if he took the spirit core again to strengthen himself. He had to go back and ask Xiaogo. Fortunately, it was not a wasted trip. Lin Kong put the pencil case in his arms, took a bag of salt, and hurried back. In the living room of Lin Kong's house, just now, I encountered a zombie. Because he was sweating profusely from running, Lin Kong had to make up an excuse and explain to Ling. Ling didn't care about these things. As long as Lin Kong didn't run away, he urged casually, hurry up and do it. Okay, with the salt, we can cook the dishes right away. Seeing that Ling didn't mean to blame him, Lin Kong immediately smiled and said. Then, he hurried to the kitchen and took out the pencil case with hope. Why, did you find the poison? Xiaogo knew Lin Kong's plan, and when she saw the pencil case, she immediately asked happily. No. Then what's in this pencil case? Since he didn't find the poison, why did he bring a pencil case back? Xiaogo opened it curiously. Instantly, her eyes widened. She covered her mouth and almost screamed. Akong, how come you have a six-petal green flower? This is a very rare mutant plant. A six-petal green flower means a new human. Its importance is self-evident, but this won't work. Even if you eat the spirit core now, you have to sleep for a long time before you can evolve successfully. Xiaogo, surprised, immediately lowered his head again. Although this six-petal green flower is precious, it is useless in the current situation. I want to give it to you. Lin Kong put forward his idea. Alas, this is useless. New humans will enter a period of weakness after eating spirit cores, so, Xiaogo spread his hands helplessly. Okay. Then I can only think of another way. Xiaogo, don't worry, I will definitely find a way to deal with that fat guy. I thought that this six-petal green flower and spirit core could greatly enhance Xiaogo's strength. In the end, hope was shattered again. But Lin Kong is definitely not a person who gives up easily. He hugged Xiaogo's body and assured him firmly, well, I believe you. I don't know why. Xiaogo always felt that Lin Kong had a strong sense of self-confidence that affected him. His inner panic also became much less because of Lin Kong's existence. Put more rice in the rice cooker, so it will take longer to cook. Lin Kong instructed Xiaogo. Every second he could delay was a second, and maybe with just a few seconds, he could come up with a solution. Ding! An idea flashed in his mind, and Lin Kong suddenly thought of another way. Since the new humans will enter a weak period after eating the spirit core, why don't I give it to that fat guy? In this way, the spirit core will naturally play a similar role to poison. As long as the fat guy eats this spirit core, No matter how powerful he is, he will eventually become a paper tiger. Chapter 33 No solution. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? We can't eat it, but we can give it to that fat guy. Yiziago also clapped his hands excitedly. Great, there is hope of winning. No matter how powerful that fat guy is, as long as he eats the spirit core and enters the weak period, Yiziago has the confidence to defeat him even if he is alone. But how can we make him eat this spirit core? Lin Kong's words poured cold water on Yiziago. Yes, how can we make the fat guy eat the spirit core without letting him find out? Even if he eats the spirit core, it will take a certain amount of time before the attack. This period of time is enough for the fat guy to kill us several times. How about this, Ziago? You cook, so I can calm down and think of a way. Good steel should be used on the blade. Lin Kong must cherish every minute and every second, so he gave the task of cooking to Yiziago. Even if the dishes are not so delicious, Lin Kong can also use reasons such as nervousness and fear to prevaricate to Leng. Okay, Kong, then you take your time to think about it, don't rush. Yiziago comforted Lin Kong. Before cooking, Yiziago pursed her lips again, and finally, she bent down. She kissed Lin Kong gently on the face. And Yiziago blushed and said, "Come on, you can do it." Feeling the soft touch on his cheek, Lin Kong nodded firmly. For the sake of his family and his lost girlfriend, he must come up with a solution. Lin Kong stopped talking, closed his eyes, slowed down his breathing, and began to think with all his strength. Where should the spirit core be placed? Put it in the water? No. Put it in the dishes? No. Mix it in the rice? The spirit core is too big. No. One idea after another was overturned, and new ideas gradually popped out of his mind. On his forehead, beads of sweat kept coming out because of his rapid thinking. People who didn't know would think that Lin Kong was practicing some strange martial arts. As he was concentrating on thinking, time passed quickly. I don't know how long it took. Akong. Someone patted his shoulder gently, and a soft voice came to his ear. He looked up and saw Yiziago with a worried look on his face. Akong, I see that you look very pale. Drink some boiled water. Yiziago handed Lin Kong a glass of boiled water. She had tested the water temperature and it was just right, not scalding his mouth. Oh, good. Have you cooked the dishes? Lin Kong patted his head, which was hot due to long-term thinking, and drank the warm water in his hand. The food is ready, and everyone is waiting for you. Yiziago wanted to ask Lin Kong how he was thinking, but after a moment of hesitation, he decided not to ask. Okay, let's eat. I'm hungry too. Thinking consumes a lot of energy, and Lin Kong's stomach was quite hungry at the moment. He looked at Yiziago and found that she was hesitant to speak, and understood her thoughts, so he took her soft hands, held them in his big palms, and said softly, "Don't worry, I have come up with 2 or 3 ways." Really? That's great. Yiziago's uneasy heart became happy because of Lin Kong's words. The weak body was now full of hope. Let's go. We'll talk about it after dinner, Lin Kong said with a slight smile, with a hint of bitterness on his lips, because Lin Kong didn't think of a way to let Brother Lin eat the spirit core. He lied to Yiziago. Living room. On the 8 immortal table, there are all kinds of dishes. Chili fried bacon, winter melon soup, egg custard. The fragrant smell filled the whole living room, making people salivate. In order to delay as much time as possible, Yiziago made 8 or 9 different dishes. Although these are some ordinary home-cooked dishes, in this end of the world where food is scarce, it is considered an extremely luxurious meal. Brother, I'm waiting for you alone. You're so slow. Lin Kong pouted and said, if Ziago hadn't been here today, she would have been eager to start eating. Oh, Kong, how's Dad? Lin Kong came over and asked. Looking at Lin Kong's expression, it seems that Yiziago didn't tell her about Leng. Even if he told Lin Kong, it wouldn't have any effect on her. It would only add to her burden. Since Dad's stomach swallowed the kitchen knife, there has been no other abnormality. But, before Lin Kong finished speaking, she was interrupted by the surprised Yiziago. Kong, what are you talking about? The stomach swallowed the kitchen knife. Well, my dad took the spirit core and is evolving, Lin Kong replied. and briefly introduced the whole process to Yi Xiaogo. Uncle is a lucky person with good fortune. He will definitely succeed in evolving. The original text is on Liu number 9 / Yi Xiaogo touched Lin Qiaoqiao's head and blessed her. At the same time, she admired Lin Kong's smart and calm mind. If my father was stabbed to death by a kitchen knife, I would be so panicked that I couldn't tell east from west. But Ah Kong not only overcame his nervous and panicked heart, but also quickly thought of a perfect way to pull Lin Das-han, who was destined to die, back from the King of Hell. Therefore, Yi Xiaogo was full of confidence in Lin Kong. She believed that the method Lin Kong had just thought of would definitely defeat the fat man. It's just that people always make mistakes. It's not that when a problem appears, you can come up with a solution 100% of the time just by thinking. Lin Kong just tried his best, but he didn't come up with any solution. Well, maybe my father's superpower is flying, whoosh whoosh, faster than a bird. Lin Qiaoqiao looked forward to Lin Das-han's ability and gestured with her hands. Let's eat. If you don't eat, the food will get cold. Lin Kong was afraid of the cold and was impatient to wait, so he spoke to everyone. Everyone started to eat with chopsticks. Meanwhile, Yi Xiaogo kept observing Lin Kong, wondering how he would act. But, from beginning to end, Lin Kong did not behave in any unusual way. Where did you put the spirit core? In the kitchen, while serving rice. Yi Xiaogo could not wait to ask Lin Kong. Don't worry, I have my own plan. He continued to coax Yi Xiaogo. In fact, Lin Kong was in a state of intense fear, but he did not show it on his face. He tried his best to suppress his fear. No matter what, he had to force himself to calm down. This meal is not finished yet. I still have time. As long as I am calm enough and think carefully enough, I will definitely be able to come up with a solution. Da. Behind them, footsteps sounded. Lin Kong and the others were startled, thinking that Brother Leng was here. Turning around, they saw that it was Lin Qiaoqiao holding a half bowl of rice. The meal was not finished yet, but she came to serve the rice. As long as Brother Leng was not an idiot, he would definitely know that Lin Qiaoqiao was playing tricks. However, Leng may have known that Lin Kong was trying to deal with him, but because of his strong self-confidence and powerful strength, Leng was not afraid of Lin Kong's conspiracy at all. In fact, Leng was still looking forward to Lin Kong's plan. By the way, I almost let it slip just now. Luckily Sister Xiaogo interrupted me. Lin Qiaoqiao approached stealthily, covering her mouth and whispering. What did you mean? Lin Kong asked in confusion. Just now, there was a but. Can you tell Sister Xiaogo about the dinosaurs? Lin Qiaoqiao was about to say it, but when she saw Yi Xiaogo, she changed the subject, because Lin Qiaoqiao remembered Lin Kong's previous advice that no one could be trusted except family members. Although she liked Sister Xiaogo very much, after all, Sister Xiaogo had broken up with her brother, so she was not sure whether she could trust her. Just say it. Sister Xiaogo is one of us. That's great, brother. Have you reconciled with Sister Xiaogo? Lin Qiaoqiao almost cried out with joy. It's alright. It's alright. Tell me quickly, what happened just now? Every second counts, and Lin Kong doesn't want to waste too much time on Lin Qiaoqiao's trivial matters. However, what Lin Qiaoqiao said next brought a ray of hope to the nervous Lin Kong. Lin Qiaoqiao thought of what just happened, and her eyes were full of anticipation. She swallowed, and the excitement on her little face became more and more intense. Brother, just now, there was a dinosaur egg glowing. Chapter 34. Dinosaurs are about to be born. Glowing? Is it really glowing? You're not seeing things, Qiaoqiao. Lin Kong, who was always calm, couldn't help but ask loudly. Brother, why are you so excited? You already have a dinosaur. The next one should be mine. Lin Qiaoqiao said with her hands on her waist. It would be so fun to have a living dinosaur to play with her. She looked at Lin Kong's obedient Tyrannosaurus Rex and was very envious. So, no matter what method she used, whether crying or making a fuss, she would get this dinosaur. Come on, take me upstairs to see it. Lin Kong was too lazy to argue with Lin Qiaoqiao about the distribution of dinosaurs, and urged her. If another dinosaur was really born, the chances of winning the battle later would be 1 point higher. Okay, but it's agreed that this dinosaur must belong to me. Lin Kong first discussed the ownership of the dinosaur to prevent Lin Kong from snatching the dinosaur away again. In fact, at the beginning, Lin Kong didn't like the Tyrannosaurus Rex at all. It was just that the Tyrannosaurus Rex insisted on relying on him. Fortunately, Lin Kong has a Tyrannosaurus Rex, otherwise, he might have been killed by Lin Kong long ago. Lin Kong and the other two walked to the living room. In order to prevent Leng from misunderstanding, they applied, "Leng, I'll go upstairs to see my father. That I also want to see my uncle." Lin Kong saw that her brother and sister Xiago were so afraid of this strange fat man, and she was really confused. However, she was too lazy to pay attention to these. The dinosaurs that were about to be born were what she was most interested in. Leng didn't say anything. He ate his meal by himself and praised the delicious food in his heart. Yes, it was delicious. Moreover, he was not afraid that Lin Kong and the other two would escape secretly. With his superpowers, he could easily catch the three of them. Here, in order to prevent the explosion, I picked out this egg alone and put it in the next room. Lin Kong took Lin Kong and the other two to another room on the second floor. In the corner of the room, there was a white egg, as big as a watermelon, quietly staying in the corner. "Wow, you really have other dinosaur eggs at home." Xiago looked at the egg carefully with her beautiful eyes, walked forward, stretched out her hand to touch it, but found that the touch of the eggshell felt as hard as stone. She knocked it again, and it made a dull sound. She asked in disbelief, "Are you sure that this fossil egg will glow and a dinosaur will jump out of it?" "Of course it can. This dragon jumped out of it," Lin Kong answered proudly. "I can't explain why. Anyway, it's true." Lin Kong agreed. "By the way, Sister Xiago, you are not allowed to snatch this baby dinosaur from me." Lin Kong looked at Sister Xiago's face full of curiosity and thought that Xiago also wanted this dinosaur. In order to prevent her brother from forgetting his loyalty and giving this new dinosaur to Xiago, she immediately warned him. Although she liked Sister Xiago, she liked the baby dinosaur more. "I am a new human, I don't need the protection of dinosaurs, and I won't snatch your baby dinosaur." Xiago felt funny. How could she snatch things from a child? "Don't worry, we have a nest of eggs at home. We will give you a baby dinosaur later." Lin Kong was afraid that Xiago would dislike her because of her stinginess, so she made a generous promise to him. "What? A nest of eggs?" "Kong, you mean your family has a nest of dinosaur eggs?" Xiago asked with her eyes wide open when she heard what Lin Kong said. "If Lin Kong has a nest of dinosaur eggs, after a while, when they are all hatched, wouldn't Lin Kong have a large army of dinosaurs?" Xiago already felt that a Tyrannosaurus Rex with sharp teeth and agile speed was very powerful. If a large army of dinosaurs is matched with a bunch of new humans, Lin Kong will establish the largest power group in the end times. If he develops carefully, he may even dominate the end times. "Yes, it's hidden under my bed. There is a whole big sack," Lin Kong replied. Don't talk, be quiet." Lin Kong interrupted the conversation between the two. He leaned over, spread his fingers and pressed them tightly against the fossil egg. Then, he closed his eyes and felt it carefully. Since the last time he communicated with the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Lin Kong could feel the life fluctuations of other fossil eggs. Now, Lin Kong was trying to communicate with this fossil egg. "Hungry, eat." After a while, Lin Kong received a message in his mind. This message was not from the Tyrannosaurus Rex, which means, "Great, there is indeed a little dinosaur about to be born inside, and it told me that it wants to eat." Lin Kong said with surprise. "Brother, please move aside and let me try." Lin Kong also imitated Lin Kong and put her hands on it. However, she was destined to return empty-handed, because Lin Kong could feel that these dinosaur eggs seemed to be able to communicate only with him. Just like the Tyrannosaurus Rex at the beginning, it only recognized him as its father. "I can't hear any sound at all." Sure enough, Lin Kong said disappointedly after listening for a long time. "Akong, can you feel what kind of dinosaur is inside? Can it be useful?" Xiago asked a key question. The original text is available at LU number 9 at book/bar. "If we can't defeat that fat guy, The so-called dinosaur army dominating the end of the world will be just a beautiful imagination. I can't feel it. Lin Kong shook his head. At the same time, he thought of the process of the birth of the Tyrannosaurus rex. He was very happy just now, but suddenly became depressed again. Kyokiao, have you seen this egg glow before? No, this is the first time I see it. What's wrong, brother? Lin Kyokiao suddenly found that Lin Kong's face was not right, and asked with concern, maybe this dinosaur egg can't help at all. Lin Kong sighed and said to Yiziago, because this little dinosaur may take several days to hatch. Why, is the hope that just rose going to be shattered again? Yiziago couldn't help but ask in a lost voice. Let me count. The last time a Tyrannosaurus rex was born, it was about 7 days after it first glowed. So, it should take another 7 days for this baby dinosaur to jump out of it. Lin Kyokiao counted on her fingers and explained, you can communicate with dinosaurs. Can you see if you can do a cesarean section or something like that? Yiziago said anxiously. Puff. Haha, cesarean section. Sister Ziago, you are so funny. Lin Kyokiao, who didn't understand the seriousness of the matter, laughed out loud. But halfway through, she found that the atmosphere around her was quite serious, so she stopped laughing. It seemed that something bad was about to happen, and Lin Kyokiao also had an ominous premonition in her heart. Okay, I'll try. Lin Kong leaned down again and communicated with the fossil egg, and tried to order it to break out of the shell. But, da. Footsteps came from the stairs, and Leng walked up. Yiziago looked at Lin Kong. Lin Kong finally shook his head. Although the dinosaur in the fossil egg could receive Lin Kong's instructions, it was unwilling to come out and send a message to Lin Kong. Soft. Powerless. It seemed to indicate that it had not yet fully developed and had no strength to break the eggshell. Let's start. Brother Leng walked up and said to Lin Kong and the others lightly. When Yiziago heard these 3 words, he felt as if he was struck by lightning and his body trembled. The battle of life and death was about to begin. Ding! When Lin Kong stood up, a white object accidentally slipped out of his pocket. Yiziago looked at it and was immediately surprised. Lin Kong picked up the spirit core and put it back in his trouser pocket, and reluctantly admitted, sorry, actually, I can't think of a way. Then what should we do? When Yiziago heard the news, although he was a little angry at Lin Kong's deception, he was more worried about the next battle. The plant poisoned the spirit core failed. The hope of the dinosaur's birth was also shattered. Is it the only way to fight Brother Leng head-on next? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 35, First Battle, Victory. Bang! Without saying anything, Leng rushed over and grabbed Lin Kong at lightning speed. Then, he threw him out of the window. Lin Kong didn't expect that he would suddenly attack. Before he could order the Tyrannosaurus rex to attack, his body had already flown into the air. This window was not equipped with a burglar-proof window. Crash! The glass that Lin Kong broke flew directly downstairs. This was the 2nd floor, 3 or 4 meters above the ground. Leng was very strong, so Lin Kong's speed was extremely fast. If he hit the ground, Lin Kong would definitely be seriously injured. A Kong! At this critical moment, Yiziago shouted and rushed out. She was the last to catch up with Lin Kong in the air and hugged him. Then, she adjusted her posture in time in the air. She was below and Lin Kong was above. Bang! The two landed. Lin Kong didn't suffer much damage because of Yiziago's meat cushion. He quickly got up and helped Yiziago up from the ground. Ziago, are you okay? No problem. Yiziago was a new human with a strong physique, so he just had his blood disordered and a little blood spilled from the corner of his mouth. It was not a big deal, and he stood up again soon. Ah, you actually hit my brother, you big bad guy. Lin Kyokiao upstairs found that Lin Kong was thrown down. She was stunned for a moment, then waved her little fist and shouted that she wanted to go up and fight with Brother Leng. Bang! Brother Leng waved his hand lightly, and Lin Kong hit the wall and lost consciousness. Kong. Lin Kong clenched his fists angrily. He looked at Brother Leng with an expressionless face. Lin Kong knew that the war had begun and he no longer had any time to prepare anything. Kong, do you have any tactics? Yes. What is it? Adapt to circumstances. After thinking in the kitchen just now, Lin Kong did not come up with any good ideas. However, when the battle began, his mind began to clear up. First of all, Leng Ji is very powerful. If you want to hurt him, it must be Lin Kong, Yixiago, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Only by attacking together can it be done. Come here, Pit Father Dragon. Lin Kong called the Tyrannosaurus Rex to the front. Then, it is best not to expose the forbidden fire eye of the Tyrannosaurus Rex easily. So, Xiago, come over here. Lin Kong told Yixiago the strategy he had thought of temporarily. What? I can't do it. Yixiago waved his hand after hearing what Lin Kong said. You have to do it even if you can't, because if you can't, we will all die. Lin Kong's strategy is very simple, that is, let Yixiago be the main attacker. The reason why he adopted this strategy is that when he was thrown out just now, Yixiago was able to completely ignore the danger to her life and jumped down from the upstairs without thinking and caught Lin Kong. Therefore, Lin Kong judged that the cowardly Yixiago was actually a very strong and brave woman. Okay, then if it fails, don't blame me. Yixiago could only agree with Lin Kong's strategy. Don't worry, I don't blame you, but you have to promise me that if we die, you will be my girlfriend in the next life. Lin Kong pulled out 2 machetes from his waist and said with a smile. Yes, Yixiago answered firmly, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex also came over and rubbed Lin Kong's calf. Bang! The fat man Leng, who weighed at least 300 kilograms, jumped out of the window, causing the earth to tremble. Let's go. Although Leng looked scary, Lin Kong chose to launch the attack first. Yixiago recalled what Lin Kong had just said. Although her hands were shaking a little, she still activated the skill, Sealed Hand. Her right hand was shrouded in a hazy white light, and her body rushed to Leng head-on. Following closely behind was the Tyrannosaurus Rex. The last one was Lin Kong holding 2 knives. Interesting, Leng didn't expect that they would actually rush directly towards him. Looking at the formation of the 3 of them, Leng guessed that Yixiago was timid and must be a cover for attacking. The teeth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex are hard, and they must be its main means of dealing with him. As for Lin Kong, he is probably just a bystander. So, Brother Leng stood there motionless. Split. When Yixiago rushed in front of Brother Leng, Lin Kong suddenly shouted. Yixiago immediately ran to Brother Leng's left, revealing the Tyrannosaurus Rex behind him. Under Lin Kong's command, the Tyrannosaurus Rex rushed towards Brother Leng without fear. The original text is available at Liu number 9 / Guessed it right. Brother Leng raised the corner of his mouth, moved his body, and kicked the Tyrannosaurus Rex. But, when the Tyrannosaurus Rex rushed halfway, it changed its way like Yixiago and ran to Brother Leng's right. Something's wrong. Brother Leng found that Lin Kong's behavior seemed to be different from what he guessed. After a brief analysis, he found that he had been surrounded. The current position is, to Brother Leng's left is Yixiago, to the right is the Tyrannosaurus Rex, in front is Lin Kong. Hit! Lin Kong shouted, and threw the machete in his hand first. At the same time, the Tyrannosaurus Rex rushed from the right, aiming at Brother Leng's ankle. Yixiago also gritted his teeth and desperately hit Brother Leng with a palm that was emitting white light from the left. Too easy. Facing the attacks launched from 3 sides at the same time, Brother Leng instantly had a response plan in his mind. The teeth of the Tyrannosaurus Rex were the most threatening, so they required the most attention to deal with. Brother Leng raised his right foot and quickly kicked the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Yixiago was a new human, and once she was hit by her Sealing Hand, part of my body would lose control, so he used more attention to deal with Yixiago. Finally, the machete flew from the front. Haha, Lin Kong was just a bystander, so he just blocked it casually. Bang! Because the Tyrannosaurus Rex received the most attention, although it was fast, it could not dodge Brother Leng's kick. Ding! Lin Kong was an ordinary person, not very strong, and the machete was not fast, so Brother Leng caught Lin Kong's knife. As for Yixiago on the left, Brother Lin was about to attack, but, "Cow, I'll kill you." At this time, Lin Kong actually shouted and rushed to Brother Lin with another machete in a ferocious manner. Brother Lin was really shocked. He never expected that Lin Kong, an ordinary person, would dare to rush up and fight in close combat like this. A mere weak mortal dared to challenge a new human being like him, really looking for death. So at this moment, Brother Lin quickly focused all his attention and decided to kill Lin Kong, the ant, first. Therefore, he just casually used his left hand to send out a palm and hit Yiziago's sealing hand. Under normal circumstances, Brother Lin's palm against Yiziago's palm, Yiziago would definitely lose. But, change of tactics. Yiziago changed her tactics in the middle of the fight. She retracted the sealing hand, then he used his other hand to throw an uppercut. This change of tactics was exactly the same as the one Jin Baoang used to deal with Lin Kong. Hand of sealing was just a cover. The real attack was the uppercut. If Lin used all his strength to deal with Yiziago, according to his reaction speed, he could have resolved Yiziago's uppercut, but the problem was that he was just about to kill Lin Kong. Therefore, this uppercut was aimed at Lin's arm joint from top to bottom, breaking it directly. Retreat. Lin Kong was just pretending to attack, so he was very fast. After Yiziago succeeded, he immediately retreated to prevent Lin's counterattack. It turned out that the attack just now, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, Lin Kong, and Yiziago's hand of sealing, were all cover. Only Yiziago's insidious uppercut was the real killer move. Don't even think about running. Lin, who found himself in a trap, turned his calm expression into anger. He threw the machete in his hand towards Lin Kong. But Lin Kong was prepared and ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to swoop down and intercept the machete in the air. He took the machete and held two knives in his hands again. Tick tick tick. Yiziago looked at Lin's deformed left hand that was bleeding continuously, and couldn't help but feel very excited. He did it. He did it. He really did it. He successfully disabled one of Lin's arms with the first attack. The first battle was a victory, and the morale of the two men and the dragon was greatly boosted. Chapter 36. Brother Lin becomes increasingly irritable. Information that must be emphasized in advance. Yiziago's skill, hand of sealing, has long been exposed. Tyrannosaurus Rex's skill, Forbidden Fire Eye, has not been exposed to Lin's skill, unknown. Lin Kong, no skill. Lin Kong, an ordinary person, although he is not good at strength, speed and swordsmanship, but, you are looking for death. Lin hated Lin Kong the most. He originally only said 3 words, but because of anger, he used 4 words to Lin Kong. Fatty, what bullshit are you talking about? You were going to kill me to silence me. I will die anyway if I don't beat you. Seeing that Lin's mentality was slightly fluctuating, Lin Kong immediately seized the opportunity to scold Lin. He hoped that Lin would lose his mind because of anger, so that it would be much easier for him to fight. Interesting, but Lin was different from the hot-tempered and impulsive Jin Baoang. He was angry for a moment and then immediately recovered his mentality. He originally hoped that an ant like Lin Kong would bite him. Now, he bit me. Why should I be angry? The more this ant struggles, the more fun it will be for me to kill it. After adjusting his mentality, Lin licked the blood on his left arm. He squinted his eyes and savored the fishy and sweet taste of the blood in his mouth. Akong, what should we do? Yiziago looked at Lin standing there motionless, feeling a little uneasy. Lin Kong stared at Lin for a while, and said decisively, let's continue to execute the tactics I said at the beginning. At first, the tactics that Lin Kong and Yiziago discussed were, the first step is to break Lin's left arm. This first step has been successfully completed. The next step is the second step, to break Lin's right arm. Lin Kong took a deep breath and ordered calmly, go. Hand of seal, activate. Yiziago rushed out first, and deliberately said the name of his skill loudly. The young Tyrannosaurus Rex didn't know what fear was at all. It roared excitedly and followed closely. Cow, you fat guy, take my sword. Lin Kong, who was at the end, cursed and swung his sword. The 3 of them once again formed a long snake formation to attack Brother Lin. Very naive. Brother Lin's expression was calm, But he smiled disdainfully in his heart. The same strategy is useless to me. In just a few minutes, I have come up with a strategy to deal with it. He took a step back with his right leg and slightly bent his left leg. This posture allows him to use a unique skill. With this unique skill, the two men and the dragon in front of him will be vulnerable. Split. Almost the same action strategy as the first confrontation. Yi Xiaogo heard Lin Kong's order and decisively ran to Brother Leng's right. When Brother Leng saw this scene, he had already seen through Lin Kong's tactical intentions. This kid just broke my left arm, and next, he must want to cripple my right arm. Humphrey, then I'll let you see my unique skills later, Leng thought proudly. Divide again. Lin Kong gave the order again. The Tyrannosaurus Rex immediately ran to Leng's left. Come together. The scene at this moment is, Lin Kong in front, the Tyrannosaurus Rex on the left, and Yi Xiaogo on the right. Three-sided attack. Attack at the same time. The tactical goal this time is to cut off Leng's right arm. Leng is at the center of the attack, but he is not panicking at all. He is accumulating strength and waiting. Whirlwind kick. When the two people and the dragon are close, Leng, who has accumulated strength, launched his unique skills. His right leg is wrapped in white spiritual energy, and a surge of power is surging inside. The leaves under his feet are even blown everywhere because of the powerful aura emitted by this right leg. Leng's whirlwind kick has been practiced to perfection. Any creature within 1 meter around him will be crushed to pieces by his iron leg. One kick, 3 kills. This would be the ending that Leng had expected. To die under this unique skill of his, for Lin Kong and the other 3, it should be a great honor. Swish, swish. Forbidden Fire Eye, activated. 2 flames with a confinement effect, fixed Leng's feet respectively. Leng was shocked, and he found that his feet were motionless. The whirlwind kick could no longer be used. Sealed hand, attack. Because Leng was only focused on using the whirlwind kick, he was not too prepared for Yi Xiaogo's attack. Yi Xiaogo's palm, which was emitting white light, successfully hit Leng's right arm. The right arm suddenly became weak. Leng immediately infused spiritual energy into his right arm, but the original text is available at Liu number 9 / Sealed hand, has the effect of blocking spiritual energy, so Leng's right arm has lost its defense. But Leng was not panicked. He quickly mobilized a large amount of spiritual energy to attack the seal on his right arm. Yi Xiaogo's strength is not even half of Leng's, so it only takes Leng 2 or 3 seconds to break through the seal. As for the imprisonment effect on his feet, Leng can also quickly break it with his powerful spiritual energy. But, puff, Lin Kong stepped forward, aimed at the right arm that lost its spiritual energy defense, and decisively swung out the machete. A flash of cold light passed by, blood gushed out, the right arm fell to the ground. Lin Kong ran after cutting it. Yi Xiaogo also retreated violently. In this second confrontation, the Tyrannosaurus Rex's, Forbidden Fire Eye, and Yi Xiaogo's, Sealed Hand, were both auxiliary. Forbidden Fire Eye was responsible for fixing Leng, while Sealed Hand was to prevent Leng from using spiritual energy to protect his arm. In this way, even if Lin Kong's skills were not strong and his strength was not great, he could still cut off Leng's right arm with one knife. Yes, Lin Kong was the main output in the second confrontation. This was definitely something Leng could not have expected. His arm was cut off by an ordinary person who had not evolved, using an ordinary machete. Such a shame, such a shame. You are looking for death. After 2 battles, Leng was really angry. When he spoke, he didn't even care about the number of words. At this moment, he hated Lin Kong very much. The mentality of playing with ants before was gone. It's time to let you rubbish see my true strength. This was the first time he spoke more than 10 words, because just 3 words could not express his violent mood. Swish. Suddenly, Leng tore his clothes, revealing his true face under his clothes. Everyone was dumbfounded and shocked. Fuck, you ... actually ... Turned out, Lin Kong looked at the naked Leng and was shocked. His thing ... is so big. Yi Xiaogo stared at Leng intently and said in great surprise, "Ang." Even the Tyrannosaurus Rex couldn't help but roar at Brother Leng, because Brother Leng's body was so strange at the moment. After Brother Leng tore his clothes, what was revealed in front of everyone was not the fat belly as imagined. but a large piece of white feathers. Then, this pile of feathers slowly spread out. Wow, it turned out to be a pair of pure white wings. Each wing was about 2 meters long. After the 2 wings were spread out, Brother Leng looked like an angel. It turned out that Brother Leng was not a fat man. The reason why he looked like a fat man was because there was a pair of wings hidden in his clothes. Brother Leng gently waved the wings on his back, and a strong wind swept out, and his feet slowly left the ground. The body gradually floated in the air. Chapter 37 Skill, White Cloud Wings. This superpower is ... too awesome. Looking at Brother Leng floating in the air, Lin Kong felt desperate. This guy's superpower is actually a pair of wings. No wonder he is not afraid of us running away, because he can fly. No matter how fast I run, I can't beat Brother Leng with wings. How can we fight him? Tyrannosaurus Rex has no wings. Even if Yiziago and I jump up to fight, we may not be able to hit Brother Leng's knees. Trembling. Brother Leng flew in the air, looking down at Lin Kong and Yiziago, who were as small as ants. Because of the spread of his wings, he felt that he was no longer a human, but a god. So, he once again restored his arrogant and indifferent attitude. Akong, do we still want to fight? Yiziago looked up and looked at the godlike Brother Leng, and asked in a trembling voice. Originally, in the first confrontation, his left arm was broken, and in the second confrontation, his right arm was cut off. Yiziago's side can be said to have won a great victory. But now, he has wings and doesn't need his hands at all. The previous advantage was gone. What's the point of fighting? Let's run. Run to the alley. Fighting a winged enemy on the open ground is tantamount to seeking death. So Lin Kong made a quick decision. Run away. Run to the narrow alley. Brother Leng's wings can be spread out to a length of 4 meters. The narrow and winding alley can effectively hinder Brother Leng's pursuit and attack. Lin Kong was the first to run away. Yiziago followed closely behind him, but she was a new human, faster than Lin Kong. But, she was tripped by a stone and fell. Just as she was about to get up, there was a strong sound of wind behind her. It was Brother Leng flying over. Left arm. Just now, it was Yiziago who broke Brother Leng's left arm, so Brother Leng wanted to fight back. Brother Leng flapped his wings hard, and a whistling wind blew towards Yiziago. Yiziago just got up and was blown to the ground by the strong wind again. Ziago. Lin Kong turned around and exclaimed. He was just an ordinary person. If he rushed back to save Yiziago, facing Lang Kingfeng, the Birdman, it would be no different from sending his head, swoosh. But the Tyrannosaurus Rex could rush back. A fiery red figure rushed towards Brother Leng without fear. Snap! Brother Leng casually flapped his wings. The wings were big and fast, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex couldn't even dodge and was slapped away in an instant. Accept your fate. Brother Leng landed beside Yiziago and stepped heavily on the ladder's back. This kick was like a mountain. No matter how Yiziago struggled, he couldn't escape. Cow! It was my idea. If you have the guts, come and kill me. Lin Kong shouted from a distance. He still kept his sanity and didn't rush over blindly. With his small body, rushing over would be courting death. Leng was attracted and turned to look at Lin Kong. Now, go ahead, you idiot dragon. Taking advantage of the gap when Leng was looking at him, Lin Kong commanded the Tyrannosaurus Rex to launch a surprise attack. The first step is to control Leng's 2 wings. The second step is to climb onto his body and bite off his wings. But, imagination is beautiful, reality is cruel. The first step of the Tyrannosaurus Rex's attack failed. Forbidden Fire Eye is very effective if used against small objects, such as bullets, darts, etc. But once facing the huge wings, 2 flames hit it, 2 times. Just imprison 2 feathers, it's useless. Leng used 1 wing as usual and slapped the young Tyrannosaurus Rex away. Crack! With 1 foot, he broke Yiziago's left arm. Yiziago's face turned pale with pain and his lips trembled. Next, Leng should just step on my head and blow it up. When she thought of this, her body couldn't stop shaking, and the fear of death was deeply enveloping her. But, Brother Leng flew away. He didn't plan to kill Yiziago all at once. This girl is pretty and has a curvy figure. He can keep her for fun. The most hateful one is Lin Kong. Kill this guy first. Brother Leng spread his wings and flew high. His figure flew over the houses and landed directly on the open space in front of Lin Kong. What a fast speed! Lin Kong found the Birdman Brother Leng in front of him and quickly stopped. If he continued to run, he would fall into Brother Leng's arms. He turned his head and saw Yixiago getting up. He felt relieved. It was great that Brother Leng didn't kill her immediately. As long as Brother Leng was proud and continued to look arrogant, then I still have a chance to defeat him. Lin Kong encouraged himself in his heart. Come on, come in if you have the guts. Lin Kong stood in the narrow alley, raised his middle finger, and shouted arrogantly at Brother Leng. Although he couldn't suppress his opponent with strength, it was good to be able to disturb his opponent psychologically. As you wish. I don't know why, when Leng saw Lin Kong again, he broke his habit of saying 3 words unconsciously. Maybe 3 words were not enough to express his anger. Leng folded his wings and rushed into the alley. The original text is available at 6:9. Come and chase me, you stupid birdman. Lin Kong ran away. However, he was not running away blindly. He was running with a purpose. He turned a corner, and then another corner. In this way, he was around Leng's side. Crap, you dare to hit my girlfriend. Today I must shoot you to death. Lin Kong shouted, and threw the machete in his hand directly at Leng, but Leng easily dodged this knife by turning sideways. Lin Kong was not discouraged by the knife's failure, but became more arrogant. Crap, I'll chop you to death. He carried the remaining machete and rushed towards Leng head-on without fear of death. Seeing this scene, Brother Leng was quite surprised. This man, without Yixiago's help, was just an ordinary person, but he wanted to rush over and fight me. He really didn't know how high the sky was. However, with the lesson of his hands being crippled, Brother Leng decided not to fight Lin Kong head-on for the sake of safety. It's not that he can't fight, but just in case. It's better to be safe than sorry. Looking at this kid's aggressive look, there must be some tricks waiting for me. Although I am very strong and awesome, although I am a god, although I can easily crush Lin Kong, an ant, but... cough cough. Anyway, fly to the sky first. Flying to the sky means being invincible. Brother Leng's legs bounced hard and jumped out of the alley. With his wings spread, he was about to fly into the sky. Don't leave. Take another knife from me. Lin Kong pretended to be frustrated. He shouted and threw the remaining machete in his hand to Brother Leng. How ridiculous. Leng heaved a sigh of relief. Fortunately, he didn't fight Lin Kong head-on just now. Otherwise this kid would definitely have some tricks waiting for him. Now, Lin Kong can only continue to throw knives at him, with his strength. If this knife can hit me, I will be doing diarrhea on live broadcast. Leng thought with contempt. He casually flapped his wings, and indeed, the machete was easily slapped away. However, the action of flapping his wings blocked his sight. For Lin Kong, this is a great opportunity. Now, Lin Kong reached back and grabbed the Tyrannosaurus Rex hiding behind him. He grabbed the neck of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and turned it hard in his hand twice. Then, it flew out of his hand. Self-created skills. Dinosaur throw. The Tyrannosaurus Rex shot at Leng in the air like an arrow from a string. If it were a normal situation, Leng would definitely be able to react and easily block it with his wings. But now, Leng's eyes were blocked by the action of flapping his wings just now. In other words, Leng couldn't find the flying dinosaur at all. Pa! The Tyrannosaurus Rex successfully landed on Leng's wings. When did it come up? After defending for a long time, Leng still failed to defend against Lin Kong's plan. He could no longer maintain his arrogant attitude. His eyes were wide open, and he looked at the Tyrannosaurus Rex on the wings with an expression of disbelief. Something bad is going to happen. A strong sense of uneasiness rose from the bottom of Leng's heart. He hurriedly flapped his wings, trying to throw the Tyrannosaurus Rex off. But, it was too late. Swish. First, 2 forbidden fire eyes were shot at Leng's cervical spine. At a distance of less than 1 meter, the Tyrannosaurus Rex could not miss. Like the Golden Tyrant Emperor at the beginning, Leng was shot in the cervical spine, and immediately lost control of his body and fell from midair. Bang! He landed heavily on the ground, and his head was hit hard. Crack! Crack! The Tyrannosaurus Rex took this opportunity to bite the connection between Ling's wings on his back. Blood splattered, white feathers flew. Ling, who was unable to move, screamed. This sound was particularly loud and pleasant in the quiet mountain village. Chapter 38 The Miserable Ling Brother. Why bite the wings instead of other vital parts? Because Ling is very strong, his cervical spine can quickly break free from the imprisonment effect, and then he can immediately launch a counterattack. The connection of the wings is the easiest place for the Tyrannosaurus Rex to escape after biting, which can effectively prevent Ling from counterattacking. You bastard, you die. As soon as Ling lifted the imprisonment effect, he immediately turned around, cursing and kicking out with his legs. Of course, he could only kick the wall. Under Lin Kong's command, the Tyrannosaurus Rex had already escaped in time. About 50 meters away, Lin Kong was standing with his hands on his waist, looking at Ling with a smug look. On his shoulder, the Tyrannosaurus Rex with a mouth full of feathers arrogantly roared at Ling, "Ang, fuck you, you are dead, I will kill you." Ling completely lost his mind. His eyes were full of angry bloodshot, his arms were broken and his wings were seriously damaged, and he could not fly for a period of time. Who wouldn't be angry after being beaten like this by an ordinary person and a dinosaur? In this situation, even Guanyin Bodhisattva would be so angry that she would pick up the jade bottle in her hand and smash it at Lin Kong. Bang, bang, bang. Brother Ling dragged his fat wings and rushed towards Lin Kong. When the enemy advances, I retreat. Lin Kong deeply implemented the great idea of guerrilla warfare. Seeing Brother Ling rushing over, Lin Kong ran away. Although Brother Ling was a new human, his strength and speed were far superior to Lin Kong, but his fat and heavy wings slowed down his speed. Moreover, in terms of familiarity with the terrain, Brother Ling was even worse than Lin Kong. In this small village, Lin Kong could run from the store in the east of the village to the widow Niu's house in the west of the village with his eyes closed, and he could also go to the orange grove in the south to pick a few oranges to quench his thirst. Therefore, Brother Ling couldn't catch up with Lin Kong at all. More than 10 minutes later, although Brother Ling was physically strong, he was also exhausted and panting. When he bent down to rest, Lin Kong once again carried forward the core idea of guerrilla warfare. If the enemy stays, we will disturb them. Swish! A machete flew far away. Brother Ling was so agile, how could a machete hit him? He raised his foot to kick the machete away, but at this moment, a fiery red shadow rushed over from the side. Who? It was the Tyrannosaurus Rex. It activated the forbidden fire eye, and a flame imprisoned Brother Ling's knee joint, making it impossible for him to kick the machete away. So, puff, the machete successfully hit Brother Ling's right thigh. Fuck your mother, you're done, I'll fucking kill you, you bastard. Brother Ling was so angry that he stomped his feet and rushed towards Lin Kong, cursing. In fact, the nature of human beings is similar. No matter how arrogant, indifferent, or well-behaved you are in normal times, you will look the same when you go crazy. Ling's eyes were wide open, as if they were about to spit fire. He was shouting and uttering all kinds of dirty words. Come on, uncle, hurry up, I'm waiting for you here. Seeing Ling's furious look, Lin Kong deliberately pretended to be a coquettish girl in a brothel to further irritate Ling. However, the effect was counterproductive. I still have a trump card, I'll tell you when you're done. Ling suddenly stopped chasing, and coldly said such an inexplicable sentence. Could it be? Do you have any other big moves? Lin Kong suddenly had an ominous premonition in his heart, but what he didn't expect was that Ling didn't use any earth-shattering big moves. Instead, running, Lin Kong was so surprised that his jaw almost dropped to his feet. Yes, Ling actually chose to turn around and run away. Dragging a pair of fat, dirty wings mixed with blood and dust, he fled without looking back. Behind him, Lin Kong was left alone in the night wind. Messy, are you sure? Aren't you very arrogant and proud? Why did you run away? As the saying goes, when the enemy advances, I retreat. When the enemy stays, I harass. When the enemy retreats, I advance. As soon as Ling ran away, Lin Kong picked up the remaining machete and followed him. However, he did not follow closely, but always kept a certain safe distance. After all, once Ling cheated and turned around to attack Lin Kong, Lin Kong could not withstand the close attack of a new human. Haha, didn't expect that I can also use strategies. Leng smiled proudly in his heart. He was not running away, but moving forward with a purpose. The direction he was moving in was exactly where Lin Kong's family was. As long as he caught Lin Kong's sister, he could use her as a hostage, and Lin Kong would definitely not dare to move. Anyway, my recovery speed is very fast, and it won't take long for the injury on my wings to recover. By then, they will all die. Ha ha ha. Brother Leng couldn't help laughing when he thought of the scene of himself killing Lin Kong. The original text can be read in Liu number 9 / but, a graceful figure suddenly appeared in front. A closer look showed that it was Yi Xiago, whose face was pale due to a fracture. She curled her lips slightly and revealed a soft smile. I just learned a new skill. Do you want to try it? New skill? Did this woman evolve? Impossible. When humans evolve, they will definitely fall into a dormant state. Could it be? Did she know how to use the meteorite fragments? Impossible. Only the mysterious and noble president knows how to use this fragment. She can't know it. Moreover, even if she knew it, it would be useless. The meteorite fragment in Lin Kong's hand had been used and could no longer work. That's why he didn't take the fragment back from Lin Kong before. Unless she stole the meteorite fragment from me. Hey, where are my meteorite fragments? Leng looked down and found that the bag that was originally tied to his belt was gone. Oh my god, when did it disappear? There were a lot of meteorite fragments in it. I worked hard, killed a lot of people, and searched for a long time before I collected them. So, Yi Xiago must have stolen my bag and used the meteorite fragments in it to evolve herself, so she learns new skills. Ah, this bitch. But, Yi Xiago used his intact right hand to take out a Tyrannosaurus Rex from behind. He held its neck and turned it around twice. Then, he threw it at Leng. Dinosaur throwing. This is the new skill that Yi Xiago learned. What? This trick again? Leng looked at the flying dinosaur in despair. Puchy puchy tilde. This is the sound of flesh and blood being bitten continuously. Ah, this is Leng's shrill scream, long and powerful, angry and helpless. In the orange grove to the south, the birds that were sleeping soundly were startled by the screams and flew up. Hand of Seal. Activate. Snap. Hand of Seal. Again. Snap. When Lin Kong arrived, the battle was over. In addition, Yi Xiago also sealed Leng's head and the Danshan in his abdomen, making him unable to use spiritual energy for a period of time. You shameless adulterers and adulteresses only know how to use conspiracy and tricks. If you have the guts, have a fair fight. Leng no longer spoke in 3 words. He sat on the ground with wounds all over his body, cursing in a mess. Akong, why don't you kill this bastard? Yi Xiago said to Lin Kong. Her arm had stopped bleeding under the effect of spiritual energy, but it still hurt badly. Humphrey, even if you kill me, I won't surrender. Leng looked like he would rather die than surrender. But, when Lin Kong raised the sharp machete, Leng was scared. Faced with the fear of death, even the usually arrogant and ruthless Leng had to give in. He lowered his head, which had once been indifferent to all living things, and shouted loudly, almost begging, "Wait a minute, I have something important to say, and it has something to do with your mother, Liu Hong." Chapter 39, Torture Techniques. How come you know my mother too? Lin Kong temporarily put down the machete in his hand and asked in confusion. Li Kegi knew Lin Kong's mother before, and now, he even knows this Leng. Humphrey, not only do I know her, I also. Leng knew in his heart that family was Lin Kong's weakness. So, his tone of voice became fearless again. Pa. But before Leng finished speaking, he was slapped. Damn it, talk to me nicely, Lin Kong said viciously. He shook his red palm. The force of the slap just now was a little too strong, and even he hurt himself. Once I tell you, as a new human, Leng had thick skin and rough flesh, so this slap was not too painful at all. But, he had never been slapped by an ordinary person. He was so angry that he wanted to warn him. However, he still didn't finish his words, because Lin Kong turned around and said to Yi Xiago in surprise, "Xiago, slapping feels so good, you should try it too." Oh, then I'll try it. Yi Xiago was very afraid of Leng before, but now, The powerful Ling was defeated by us and allowed us to humiliate him. The beginning was as desperate as hell, but the ending was as beautiful as a dream. Yi Xiaogo's face was a surprised expression as if she had won 5 million in the lottery. She stretched out her hand tremblingly and slapped him lightly. "You stinky woman dared to hit me. Be careful or I'll kill your ex-boyfriend's mother." Being beaten by Lin Kong was fine, but now, a grown man like him was slapped by a woman. Ling was very angry, but his threatening words had no effect on Lin Kong. Lin Kong didn't even respond to him and ignored him directly, as if he didn't care about his mother's life or death at all. Although he really wanted to know his mother's whereabouts, he could not let Ling use this as a threat. "Use some strength." Seeing Yi Xiaogo still fearful, Lin Kong encouraged. "Akong, am I dreaming?" Yi Xiaogo stared at his palm blankly, as if everything around him seemed unreal. "Did I really hit Ling's face just now?" In the past, that truthless and indifferent face was so terrifying. Now, he looked down on this arrogant face and slapped him in the face. "I'm here, what are you afraid of?" Xiaogo, use your superpower to hit him in the face. "Do you dare?" Ling's eyebrows were erected and his eyes were glaring. I, of course I dare." Now Ling's wings were disabled, one of his arms was broken and the other was broken, and his legs were bitten into pieces by the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Moreover, his whole body of spiritual energy was sealed, and he was just a toothless paper tiger. Yi Xiaogo just felt that this ending was like a dream, and she was not really afraid of Brother Ling. So, she raised her hand high, the spiritual energy in her body gathered in her palm, and a brilliant white light emerged. Hand of Sealing, activate. This skill greatly increases the strength of the palm. A slap in the face. The crisp sound rang out, and in this quiet alley, it was particularly clear and beautiful. "Boy, I warn you for the last time, if you dare to insult me again, your mother will not want to live in this world," Brother Ling said with a gloomy face. "Ah, really? I'm so scared." Scared, right. Brother Ling was about to say something. Suddenly, a foot quickly enlarged in his eyes. It was Lin Kong's foot. He raised his foot and kept kicking Brother Ling in the face. While kicking like a storm, he shouted fiercely, "You like to say 3 words, come on, say it." "Damn it, you say it." At first, Ling was very stubborn and said things like "you are looking for death and you are finished." But after a while, he changed to "I was wrong, I am sorry, please, Humphrey, you know what's good for you." Lin Kong retracted his foot. He spat on Ling's body. After this beating, Ling, who was bruised and swollen, dared not threaten Lin Kong again. "Listen carefully, I say you answer. If you dare to threaten me with my mother again, I will chop you directly. Anyway, I have a girlfriend now, and it doesn't matter whether my mother wants it or not." Lin Kong patted Ling's face with a machete, with an expression that it would be a fight to the death. "Yes, yes, yes." Ling, who was bruised and swollen, nodded repeatedly. Facing the cunning Lin Kong, his threat plan could only end in failure. At this moment, he was at the mercy of others, and Brother Ling had no choice but to obey. Read the original text at 6 number 9 / Name? Lin Kong asked solemnly, as if he was a police officer interrogating a criminal. Lin Kingfeng. Brother Ling answered honestly. Age? 36 years old. Gender? Do I need to ask about gender? Isn't it obvious? Pa. Brother Ling was slapped before he finished speaking. I asked, you answered, what the hell is this nonsense? Oh, okay, I was wrong. Sorry. Lin Kingfeng sighed helplessly, admitting his mistake. In fact, he was planning in his heart that if I survive this time, I will definitely torture you to death. Gender? Male. Lin Kingfeng answered. This time, he didn't dare to have any more questions. By the way, Xiaogo, go to my house to see how Qiao is doing? If Qiao has any problems, then I don't need to ask, just chop the bastard to death. Lin Kong turned around and instructed Yi Xiaogo. Earlier, he saw Lin Qiao being slapped by Lin Kingfeng, and he didn't know what happened. Don't worry, I didn't use all my strength, I just knocked the little girl unconscious. Lin Kingfeng, who was standing aside, was afraid that Lin Kong would chop him, so he quickly defended himself. Oh, okay. After Yi Xiaogo agreed, he ran to Lin Kong's building. Seeing Xiaogo walking away, Lin Kong could finally show his strength. My girlfriend is gone. Hee. Your good days are coming. Damn dragon. Come, stare at the crotch of this bastard. Lin Kong smiled evilly and ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to stand between Lin Kingfing's legs. What do you want to do? Lin Kingfing suddenly thought of a terrible thing, and he moved his butt back hard. Next, if I find that you have lied or hesitated when answering, your genitals will snap. Do you understand? After sending Yeeziago away, Lin Kong could finally use some special methods. I understand. Don't be impulsive. Lin Kingfing swallowed his saliva in fear. Now, he was completely afraid to lie. Okay, the first question, what lie did you intend to use to deceive me just now? As soon as he opened his mouth, it was an unusual question. Lin Kingfing had guessed several kinds of questions from Lin Kong in his mind, such as what did you do to my mother? Or where is my mother now? And other questions. However, he never expected that this person would take an unconventional approach and suddenly ask him how he was going to deceive him. He was really stunned. Bite it. Seeing Lin Kingfing hesitated for a moment, Lin Kong ordered the Tyrannosaurus Rex to bite without hesitation. No. The shrill scream resounded throughout the Orange Village. Chapter 40 Mom's Whereabouts. Oh my god, I was scared to death. Lin Kingfing looked at his crotch with lingering fear. The crotch was bitten, but fortunately, the root of the penis was still safe and sound. However, when the evening breeze blew over, he felt a chill between his legs. The bite just now was just a drill. Next, if I find anything wrong with you, I will get serious. Do you understand? Understand. Lin Kingfing nodded like pounding garlic. He was completely scared. Lin Kong now was simply the incarnation of the devil to Lin Kingfing. Oh my god, how could I provoke such a scary guy? Now he regretted it so much that his intestines turned green. If time could go back, Lin Kingfing would definitely not accept this special mission. If he didn't accept the mission, he wouldn't come here to track down the meteorite fragment. You haven't answered the first question yet. Tell me, what was your original lie? My original lie was this. Lin Kingfing no longer dared to slack off for half a second. He wholeheartedly told Lin Kong everything he had planned and everything he knew. After asking several questions, Lin Kong angrily discovered that his mother was captured by Lin Kingfing. However, Lin Kingfing didn't know where his mother was now locked up. The story goes like this. The gathering place for survivors in the county was led by an organization called the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. On the surface, the goal of this Salvation Chamber of Commerce was to save all the survivors and unite to fight against the growing zombie army. In fact, their president was a strange doctor of medicine. This doctor of medicine was said to be very curious about the new humans and often ordered his meteorite group to secretly capture some new humans and secretly bring them to the laboratory for various experiments. Lin Kingfing was a member of this meteorite group. One day, there was a new human in the gathering place, Yu Hong, Lin Kong's mother. She organized the team members and rushed to Juzi village fully armed, preparing to take Lin Kong, Lin Qiuqiao and Lin Dashan to the gathering place to live. But on the way, Lin Kingfing launched a surprise attack on Liu Hong's team. Due to the comprehensive suppression of strength, Lin Kingfing captured Liu Hong and her teammates alive. However, the president of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce is a very cautious guy. After Lin Kingfing caught the prey, he could not see the president directly. He needed to hand it over to the leader of his group, and the leader would hand it over to the president. Such means can ensure that most people do not know the identity of the president. In other words, even if Lin Kingfing obeys the president, he knows nothing about the president's location. It is even more impossible for him to know where the terrifying laboratory that experiments with new humans is. After catching Liu Hong, Lin Kingfing received a new task, tracking the stolen meteorite fragments. The meteorite fragments secretly developed by the president were accidentally stolen. Lin Kingfing was responsible for recovering the stolen fragments. He followed the clues and found Jin Bang, and then found Li Kegi together with Jin Bang. In short, anyone who knows about the meteorite fragments must die. This is the order from the president. Of course, Lin Kingfing does not have to die, because he is a new human being transformed by this meteorite fragment. Yes. This meteorite fragment can turn ordinary people into new humans. Lee Kagi's casual lie at the beginning was actually guessed by Lee Kagi by accident. Moreover, ordinary people who evolve through meteorite fragments do not need to fall into a dormant state for 2 or 3 days. According to Lin Kong's experience, it only takes a few dozen minutes. The most important thing is that the new humans evolved in this way can actually immune to corpse poison! Therefore, even though Lee Kagi was bitten by a zombie, he did not become a zombie. This is all thanks to the meteorite fragments. These magical meteorite fragments are not naturally formed, but made by the president. Therefore, it can be seen that the president of the Salvation Chamber of Commerce must be a very terrifying existence! After listening to Lin Kong's story, Lin Kong took a deep breath and calmly sorted out the current situation. Meteorite fragments can easily evolve into new humans. This special new human is immune to corpse poison. These magical meteorite fragments are all made by the president, so the president's strength must be extremely powerful. The president is also very cautious. No one knows where he is, and no one knows where the laboratory is. Therefore, whether my mother is dead or alive is still unknown. Even if my mother is still alive, it is almost impossible for me to rescue her from the mysterious laboratory. After sorting out, Lin Kong felt a mountain pressing on his chest. The original text is in Liu number 9/. At first, Lin Kong just naively thought that as long as his dinosaur became strong, he could easily go to the county town and reunite with his mother and her family. Then, after learning from Lee Kagi that his mother was a new human, he was still happy for a long time. But now, his mother was suddenly captured by a mysterious chairman and taken to the laboratory for horrific human experiments. Oh my god, why did things suddenly become so complicated? I just wanted to reunite with my family. Facing all this sudden, Lin Kong felt a headache. Is everything you just said true? Lin Kong didn't want to believe that there was such a terrifying chairman, and he didn't want to believe that his mother was actually killed. So, he came to Lin Kong, stared into his eyes, and asked coldly how he hoped that Lin Kong would suddenly admit that this was a scam. But, I swear to you, I am absolutely not lying. Moreover, I can prove it to you. You only need to find a zombie to test whether I have the function of immune to corpse poison. Lin Kong really didn't lie. In front of the cunning Lin Kong, Lin Kong didn't have the courage to lie. Where can I find a zombie for you in the middle of the night? Is there any other way to prove it? Then you can find a dead zombie. There must be corpse poison left between their teeth. Ah. Okay, I believe you for now. Lin Kong sighed and said, judging from Lin Kong's behavior and attitude, the so-called president and the magical meteorite fragments should be real. I've told you everything I know. Now, you should let me go. Lin Kong was relieved to see that Lin Kong finally believed him. As long as he let him go, with his strength, these injuries should be able to heal quickly. Just when he thought he could escape and make a comeback, swish, the machete was placed on Lin Kong's neck. You are untrustworthy. Lin Kong gnashed his teeth in hatred. When did I say I'd let you go? Since my mother can't come back, you should be buried with her. After all, you were the one who captured the person, and from a legal point of view, you are also an accomplice. So, go to hell. Lin Kong was no longer useful, so Lin Kong planned to kill him with a knife to avoid letting the tiger go back to the mountain and causing endless troubles. Besides, it was Lin Kong who wanted to kill Lin Kong's family to silence them, so it was reasonable for Lin Kong to kill him. Raising his hand, Lin Kong was about to chop him down with a knife. No, I have a way to save your mother. Lin Kong was quick-witted and came up with a plan, and shouted hurriedly. Chapter 41, Ways to Save Mom. What solution? Actually, Lin Kong just pretended to chop Lin Kong just now, just to force him to come up with some solutions. It's only been 7 or 8 days. Your mother must not be dead. Just find the location of the laboratory in time and rescue her, Lin Kong said hurriedly, fearing that the machete would fall on his neck. How do you know whether my mother is dead or not? I guessed. Think about it. Your mother is at least one of the top 10 new humans in the strength ranking of the gathering place. How could she be killed so easily? If you were that weird president, you would definitely keep your mother's life and study her more. Lin Kong thought quickly, and his words were clear, logical, and well argued. However, just as he finished speaking, a foot quickly enlarged in his eyes. Why? Ah. Again. Ah. Hit me. Lin Kong was quite depressed, and he protested aggrievedly while being beaten. Lin Kong retracted his foot and replied angrily, "When I think about you arresting my mother and causing her to be studied in the shitty laboratory by the bastard president, I get angry and want to hit someone." "What? Do you still have any objections?" "No, no," Lin Kong said aggrievedly. Of course he had objections in his heart, but he was seriously injured now, and his combat power was pitifully low, and he couldn't even beat a chicken, so he could only endure it temporarily. "Wait, as long as you let me go, I will definitely take revenge on your whole family." Lin Kong swore secretly in his heart. "You were right just now, my mother may be fine, but that president is so cautious. How can you find the location of the laboratory?" After venting his anger, Lin Kong continued to return to the topic just now and raised the key question in a sharp way. In fact, Lin Kong had not thought about the details of the plan, and now he immediately lost track. "Give you 3 seconds. 1. Lin Kong raised the finger. He had to put some pressure on Lin Kong so that he could come up with a good solution. "Got it. Team leader." Lin Kong's eyes turned and he thought of a way. "As long as I become the team leader of the meteorite team, I will be qualified to enter the laboratory." When I was transformed, it was a team leader who personally took me into the laboratory. When I entered, I was blindfolded, but the team leader was not blindfolded. So, you know. Lin Kong finished speaking in one breath. Just when he felt relieved, Lin Kong asked him another difficult question. How to be a team leader. Work hard, make progress, study, be diligent. Before he finished speaking, he was slapped in the face by Lin Kong. "What nonsense are you talking about? What I need is a specific method." Knowing that Lin Kong was not so easy to deal with, Lin Kong had to continue to rack his brains and began to think. "Okay, let me think about it. It is not easy to become the team leader of the meteorite team. You must be very loyal to the president, and you must be strong and quick thinking. Moreover, this organization is not like a company, with a clear assessment and promotion system." So, how to become a team leader? Lin Kong suddenly thought of a gangster movie called Underworld and said with bright eyes, "As long as we kill the boss, we have a chance to become the boss." The boss, in that gangster movie, has a similar meaning to gang leader or big boss. Boss? You mean, we kill one of the team leaders, and then the president will definitely select a new team leader, right? Lin Kong quickly guessed Lin Kong's idea. Yes. How to kill the team leader? What if the president doesn't choose the team leader? What if he chooses, but doesn't choose you? One question ended, but it led to more questions. Lin Kong kept asking questions, and Lin Kong kept thinking of ways. In this way, the two discussed for a long time, until the entrance of the alley. There was a sweet call. "Akong." Yiziago walked over. "How is Kyokiao?" "Kyokiao has a wound on her head. I checked her and it's nothing serious. I asked her to sleep, but she refused. Now she is guarding her uncle. I'm glad she's fine." Lin Kong felt a little relieved when he heard this. "By the way, how did you ask about Andy?" "Almost done. Now there is only one key question left." In the discussion just now, Lin Kong and Lin Kong have gradually perfected the plan of becoming the team leader. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. However, there is still a very important question. How can I believe that you will work for me wholeheartedly? Once Lin Kong betrays Lin Kong, the so-called series of actions of becoming the team leader, entering the laboratory and rescuing my mother will become empty talk. This, Lin Kong couldn't help but sweat a few times on his forehead. This Lin Kong is really not that easy to deal with. Originally thought that the discussion just now could gain Lin Kong's trust, but unexpectedly, Lin Kong was still quite cautious. "You can think about other problems slowly, but if you can't solve this problem now, I can only kill you. I can't put my father and sister in danger to save my mother. You should understand this." At this point, Lin Kong thought to himself that it was not good. Originally, he was thinking about taking revenge on Lin Kong after his injuries recovered. But now it seems that this idea cannot be realized. He sighed helplessly and said faintly, If I hand my life to you, you should always believe me. Life? How to hand my life to me? As long as I hand you my spiritual energy beads, it is equivalent to handing you my life. What? You actually condensed the spiritual energy beads. Are you? A new human of level 2, Yiziago, who was standing aside, was immediately surprised when he heard this word. What is the spiritual energy bead? Also, are the strengths of new humans also divided into levels? Lin Kong recalled that he found that the expert on the radio had not introduced this word, nor had he mentioned the level of new humans. Seeing Lin Kong's puzzled expression, Lin Kong suddenly felt sad. I was actually defeated by such an ignorant person. Oh, I am so unlucky. After sighing in his heart, Lin Kong coughed twice, and then said seriously, before introducing the spiritual energy beads, let me first introduce the levels of the new humans. The levels of the new humans are the same as those of the mutant zombies. From low to high, they are divided into Level 0 Trash, Level 1 Weaklings, Level 2 Masters, Level 3 Super Strong, and the possible existence of Level 45,678. The biggest difference between ordinary people and new humans is not only in superpowers, but also in a special white energy, which experts call spiritual energy. Every new human has more or less spiritual energy in his body. The unit of spiritual energy is WISP. If your spiritual energy is between 1 and 9 strands, you are a Level 0 Trash. Similarly, a Level 1 Weakling is 10 to 19 strands. A Level 2 Master is 20 to 29 strands. A Level 3 Super Strong is 30 to 39 strands. Take me as an example. There are 24 strands of spiritual energy in my body, so I am a Level 2 Master. Yiziago is a weakling at Level 1, and his spiritual energy is probably between 10 and 19 strands, right? Lin Kong looked at Yiziago at this time, and the latter nodded and replied, I have 14 strands of spiritual energy, which is exactly Level 1. And the dead Jin Bang, as far as I know, he is also a weakling at Level 1. But he has 19 strands of spiritual energy, which is stronger than Yiziago. Lin Kong wanted to continue talking about the spiritual energy beads, but was interrupted by Lin Kong. Then tell me, does my Tyrannosaurus Rex have spiritual energy? Since the new humans have spiritual energy, what about the Tyrannosaurus Rex? It has also evolved, but it is not known whether animals and humans are the same. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 42 The Aura of Tyrannosaurus Rex. As for dinosaurs, I haven't raised one, so I don't know much. But you can ask Yiziago to check it. If you want to know the amount of spiritual energy of others, you must touch and check it. All of Lin Kong's spiritual energy was sealed, so he couldn't check it himself, so he had to let Yiziago do it. Do you know how to do it? Lin Kong thought that the means of checking was a very advanced technology, so he asked doubtfully. Of course I can do it. It's very simple. When you become a new human in the future, I can teach you in 5 minutes. Yiziago rolled her eyes and said. She leaned over and gently placed her slender 5 fingers on the back of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. She closed her eyes and circulated a wisp of spiritual energy to focus on the center of her palm. 1, 2, 3. She counted silently and soon came to a conclusion. I counted twice, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex has 18 strands. 4 more than me. Lin Kong listened and nodded. He was quite satisfied with so much spiritual energy. Although the Tyrannosaurus Rex was also a weakling at Level 1, under Lin Kong's command, it even defeated Lin Kong, a Level 2 Master. By the way, after talking for so long, why are we still talking about the spiritual energy beads? If you hadn't interrupted me, I would have mentioned it a long time ago. Lin Kong continued. There are 2 ways to upgrade the new human beings. One is to rely on the body to automatically absorb spiritual energy. The other is to take the zombie spirit core plus the 6-petal green flower. There is no obstacle from Level 0 to Level 1. However, to upgrade from Level 1 to Level 2, You must condense the spiritual energy in your body into a more powerful spiritual energy bead. If you don't condense it, the body's danshin can't hold so much spiritual energy, and level 1 can't be promoted to level 2. For example, Yixiago, who has 14 spiritual energy in her body, must condense the spiritual energy bead when she wants to upgrade to level 2 in the future. At this point, Lin Kong swallowed his saliva to moisten his dry throat. Then he continued, "So, what does the aura bead look like?" "Lin Kong, have you seen the zombie spirit core? There is a small light spot in the spirit core of a level 1 zombie. There are 2 small light spots in the spirit core of a level 2 zombie. The light spot the size of a mung bin is the so-called aura bead." "Yes, I don't know why. Anyway, the mutant zombies and the new humans have exactly the same aura bead. Therefore, some experts in the gathering place speculate that in the future, when humans and zombies evolve to a high level, they are likely to become the same species. However, the aura bead of the zombies is wrapped in a layer of transparent white crystals, so it has a certain degree of defense." But, speaking of this, Lin Kong hesitated for a moment, and then said with difficulty, "But humans don't have any protection. Even if ordinary people squeeze it a little harder, it will break. And once the aura bead breaks, the owner of the bead will die. So, I hand the aura bead in my body to you. It's equivalent to handing my life to you." "Xiago, is what he said true?" Lin Kong turned to Xiago to verify, to prevent Lin Kong from lying. "It's true. I saw it with my own eyes in the gathering place." A person's spiritual energy bead was crushed, and then the person bled from all 7 orifices and died immediately. Xiago nodded and said, "In fact, the experts in the gathering place would also tell the new humans about this kind of common sense in cultivation. It's just that they didn't explain it to ordinary people through the radio." "Okay, then you hand over the spiritual energy bead, but you have to remove the seal on me first." Seeing Lin Kong's cautious expression, Lin Kong added helplessly, "Don't worry, I'm so seriously injured that it's impossible for me to attack you." Lin Kong let down his guard and said, "Remove him." After Xiago removed the seal, Lin Kong touched his danshin and felt it carefully for a while. Buzzed 2 small light spots slowly floated out from the abdomen. "This is the spiritual energy bead." Lin Kong took a closer look and exclaimed, "It's exactly the same as the light spot in the zombie's soul core. But it's so small, it shouldn't be called a spiritual energy bead, but a spiritual energy green bean. Here, I'll give it to you for safekeeping. You have to be careful. If it breaks, I'll be finished." The spiritual energy bead seemed to have no weight, floating in the air above Lin Kong's palm. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. In that case, Lin Kong grabbed the 2 spiritual energy beads and pretended to squeeze them hard. "Then I'll try to crush them." "Ah, no," Lin Kong screamed in fear. After a long time, he realized that he was safe and sound. It turned out that Lin Kong was playing a trick on him. He said angrily, "If you tease me again, at worst, I will fight you." Seeing Lin Kong's frightened look, Lin Kong completely believed in the effect of the spiritual energy bead. So he gave a final warning, "Okay, I believe you. From now on, you are my little brother. However, if I find out that you have done anything to harm my family, I will make you experience the cruelest punishment in the world. Understand? Understand? I am absolutely loyal to you." His life was in Lin Kong's hands, so Lin Kong naturally bowed down to him. However, if he got the spiritual energy bead back one day, the first thing Lin Kong planned to do was to escape. It was good to be alive. He didn't want to take revenge. This Lin Kong was too cunning and cautious. He was just as good as his mysterious president. "Okay. When you see me in the future, you have to call me Big Brother. Understand? 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 Hello, Big Brother." Lin Kong shouted very tactfully. "What about her?" Lin Kong proudly hugged Xiago beside him. "Hello, sister-in-law." Lin Kong shouted immediately with a smile on his face. He was quite unwilling in his heart, because, just a few hours ago, it was Lin Kong and others who had to be respectful and greet him with a smile. However, now, the identities have completely reversed. Xiago did not reply to Lin Kong's words. She just said coquettishly and hit Lin Kong with her little fist, I haven't agreed to get back together with you yet. What's the point of getting back together? In my heart, you have never been apart from me. Lin Kong's mouth was as sweet as honey, and as soon as he opened his mouth, Yiziago was very satisfied. However, to be honest, since the breakup, as time passed, Lin Kong didn't like Yiziago that much. However, before, she begged Jin Baoang and expressed her willingness to exchange her body for Lin Kong's life, which moved Lin Kong very much. Then, it was a life-and-death battle with Lin Kingfeng. During the battle, Yiziago unconditionally and 100% believed in Lin Kong and was willing to sacrifice her life to protect Lin Kong. Therefore, Lin Kong completely fell in love with Yiziago, and secretly decided in his heart that he would work hard to protect her and never let her get hurt again. Let's go home. Lin Kong took Yiziago to the outside of the alley. Then, Lin Kingfeng's voice came from behind. Wait a minute, brother, what about me? I can't move yet. Chapter 43 Lin Kong begins to evolve. The next day at noon, fortunately, the meteorite fragments were finally found, otherwise, I would definitely be killed by the president. Lin Kingfeng, a level 2 new human, was able to walk after a night of recovery, so he went out early in the morning to find the lost meteorite fragments. However, it would take about 7 or 8 days for his severed hand to grow back completely. New humans are really abnormal. Others may not be able to recover from injuries in 3 or 4 months, but you can get it done in one night, and you can even regenerate a broken limb. Lin Kong exclaimed with envy. He also wanted to become a new human. Everyone's superpowers are different. I wonder what kind of superpowers I can awaken? Lin Kong already has a 6-petal green flower, and Lin Kingfeng also gave him a level 2 spirit core. So, he can choose to evolve at any time. And, because of Yiziago's help, it only takes a few minutes for him to evolve, and he doesn't have to worry about sleeping too long. By the way, big brother, when do you plan to evolve? After lunch. It was decided that he would evolve after lunch. Then, after waiting for his father to wake up, he and Lin Kingfeng would immediately rush to the gathering place in the county. Mom was being subjected to human experiments by the abominable president. God knows how long she can live. Therefore, we must seize the time and act as soon as possible. Akong, you like to use knives, right? Here, do you want this 9-ring broadsword? At this time, Yiziago came over with Jin Baoang's 9-ring broadsword. Water was still dripping from the blade, indicating that it had just been cleaned. Thank you, Xiaogo. It just so happens that my axe has a hole in it and can no longer be used. The reason why Lin Kong likes knives is because they are simple and direct to use. He happily took the 9-ring broadsword and looked at it carefully. The 9-ring broadsword is about 1 meter and 2 meters long, and the handle is 20 centimeters long. It can be held with both hands or with one hand. There are 9 holes on the broad back of the knife, and a steel ring is hung in each hole. If you pick it up and shake it, it will make a ding-dong sound. However, the whole blade is too heavy, about 50 pounds. If Lin Kong uses it, he will probably have no strength in his hands after swinging it 7 or 8 times. For Lin Kong, who has not evolved, this 9-ring broadsword is not as convenient as the axe. However, after eating and evolving, his strength will be greatly improved, and then it will be just right to use this 9-ring broadsword. This is from Jin Baoang. 6 first-level spirit cores and salvation coins that can be used in the gathering place. A total of 250 yuan. This salvation coin is the currency issued by the Salvation Chamber of Commerce. Moreover, the purchasing power of this salvation coin is very strong. For example, $1 can let a girl or a strong man in the gathering place sleep with you for 1 night. Therefore, 250 yuan is a huge sum of money. Wow, Xiaogo, you are so capable. I love you so much. Lin Kong took the money and the first-level spirit core and put them firmly in his pocket. Then, he kissed Yiziago on the face excitedly. You just know how to take advantage of me. Yiziago looked at Lin Kong's money grubber look and couldn't help but roll his eyes at him. Suddenly, she remembered that when she went to the movies with Lin Kong often bought half-price movie tickets. When buying popcorn, he only bought 1 bucket. Moreover, he never gave her gifts like roses, but always some weird and cheap things. Alas, how did I get cheated by this stingy guy? Yi Xiago wondered. "Brother, the meal is ready." Lin Qiao, with a bandage on her head, came over from the kitchen with a pressure cooker. Because last night, she was a burden that couldn't help at all, so she felt guilty and rushed to work again today. "Okay, let's eat." Lin Kong planned to evolve himself today, and let his father wake up tomorrow. The day after tomorrow, he would let his sister evolve so that she would have some self-protection ability. Lin Kingfeng's property was confiscated by Lin Kong, among which was a 6-petal green flower, which was just enough for Lin Qiao to evolve. "Little sister, you forgot to take my bowl." The 8 immortal table was full of dishes and 3 sets of bowls and chopsticks. But there were 4 people including Lin Kingfeng, so he reminded Lin Qiao with a smile. "Big bad guy, you broke Sister Xiaogo's arm, you are so bad. You are not allowed to eat." Lin Qiao looked at him unhappily. After Yi Xiaogo's narration, Lin Qiao understood the situation last night, and naturally hated Lin Kingfeng to the core. "I didn't mean it at that time. Now I am your brother's younger brother, can't I give you a meal?" Lin Kingfeng didn't eat in the morning. Now it was noon, and he was really hungry. In addition, he needs to replenish his energy to recover from his injuries, so he can't not eat. Moreover, looking at the fragrant pepper-fried bacon, winter melon bacon soup, and the white and plump rice on the table, Lin Kingfeng's saliva is almost flowing down. The original text is on Liu number 9/. He has no other hobbies, but he likes to eat delicious food. So, last night, before fighting with Lin Kong and others, he agreed to have a meal first. "If I say you can't eat, then you can't eat. If you dare not listen, be careful that I will let Long bite you." Lin Qiao put her hands on her waist and glared at Lin Kingfeng. The Tyrannosaurus Rex on the side seemed to know what Lin Qiao meant, and also roared at Lin Kingfeng in a low voice. "Brother, I'm really hungry, look at this." Lin Kingfeng could only look at Lin Kong for help, but Lin Kong picked up a piece of delicious bacon and put it in his mouth and said, "There are still some moldy bread, expired biscuits and the like in the canteen, which I haven't taken back yet. Those can be used as your lunch." Okay, then I'll listen to you, big brother." Lin Kingfeng was unhappy when he heard this, but then he hung his head and accepted his fate. Lin Kingfeng knew that he would not be forgiven in a short time. After all, he wanted to kill their whole family to silence them. In fact, he didn't like killing people, he was just afraid of the president. If he didn't kill, if the president knew about it, he would be dead. Seeing Lin Kong's indifferent attitude, Lin Kingfeng had to walk to the canteen dejectedly to find expired biscuits. After eating, everything was ready. "Xiago, I'm going to start evolving." In front of Lin Kong was a 6-petal green flower and a second level spirit core, and a cup of salt water. "Well, my spiritual energy has also been fully restored," Yi Xiago answered seriously. "It takes 2 or 3 days of deep sleep for an ordinary person to evolve into a new human. However, if there is a new human next to you who is willing to use his spiritual energy to help you, you only need a few minutes. Of course, this will cost more than 10 strands of spiritual energy." In other words, Yi Xiago, who only has 14 strands of spiritual energy, has to use up almost all of her spiritual energy to help Lin Kong evolve quickly. "I'm really looking forward to it. I wonder what superpowers I will evolve into." Lin Kong took a deep breath, and then began to eat in the order the experts said with great anticipation. The 6-petal green flower tasted bitter and sweet, like coffee with sugar, and it tasted good. Then drink a cup of salt water. Finally, swallow the second level spiritual core. Crack. Lin Kingfeng, who was not far away, was biting a cookie, looking at Lin Kong with a little despair. He sighed in his heart. "Alas, Lin Kong is smart, and when he evolves superpowers, I will be even less able to fight him. Forget it. I'd better find a chance to get my spiritual energy beat back." At that time, he would run away as far as possible. The farther the better. In the future, he would neither work for Lin Kong nor work for the mysterious president. However, what he never expected was that after Lin Kong swallowed the spirit core, he actually had no reaction. Chapter 44, Shock. Evolution failed. "Xiago, you take Lin Kingfeng's spiritual energy beat. If he makes any unusual moves, Crush it, Lin Kong instructed after swallowing the spiritual core. If it weren't for Yixiago's help, which could greatly shorten the sleep time of evolution, to be honest, Lin Kong would not dare to evolve Otis. After all, there is Lin Kong, the bomb, next to him. Yeah, Yixiago took the spiritual core, and at the same time sighed in his heart that Lin Kong's character was really cautious. Even if he only slept for a few minutes, he was always thinking about preventing Lin Kong's betrayal. But 3 minutes later, Lin Kong was surprised to find that his stomach didn't feel anything, his brain didn't feel groggy, and he didn't want to sleep at all. He was very puzzled. Huh? What's going on? Why don't I have any reaction at all? Lin Kong looked up, widened his eyes, and said to Yixiago, Xiago, look at my eyes and see if they are glowing, like Lin Das Han. After swallowing the spiritual core, his eyes began to glow within 7 or 8 seconds. That is the symptom of the beginning of evolution. No. Yixiago held Lin Kong's cheek and observed carefully. She did not see any light. She was also very confused. She also evolved into a new human by taking the spirit core. She fell asleep in less than half a minute. Why didn't Kong feel anything unusual? Yixiago comforted him. Maybe your physique is special. You need to wait a few more minutes. Tick-tock. Time is passing. Half an hour later, Lin Kong has counted sheep to 2020, but he still has no sleepiness. This half hour seemed as long as decades. He strongly hoped that he would fall asleep every minute and every second, but he was like a chicken blood, and he was in a very awake state. I can't sleep at all. Is there something wrong with me? Lin Kong asked with a lonely face. It should be right. It seems that some people are born unable to evolve and will not be infected by corpse poison. Yixiago originally wanted to make a polite coax Lin Kong, but halfway through, she still told the truth. After all, half an hour had passed and there was no reaction, so there must be something wrong. She had seen some people who could not evolve in the gathering place before, but these people were very rare. No way, such a bloody thing actually happened to me. I still want to fly around. Lin Kong couldn't help but open his hands and look at the sky depressed. Why can others evolve into new humans? Even Li Kegi, that beast in human form, became a new human. Why can't I? Brother, don't be sad. Although you can't evolve, you won't be infected by corpse poison. Lin Kong came forward and pretended to comfort him. In fact, he was very happy in his heart. Hey, I told you to let me eat expired cookies and let the Tyrannosaurus Rex bite me. Now I can't evolve. It's retribution. Ha ha ha. Cool. Oh, by the way, today's weather is really good. Very suitable for an outing. I am in a very happy mood. Of course, Lin Kong could only enjoy it in his heart. He dared not say it out loud. Brother, don't be sad. When I evolve in the future, I will protect you. Lin Kong patted Lin Kong's shoulder and comforted him obediently. Lin Kong heard this comfort, and he felt even more upset. But after a while, he also thought it through. I am lucky if I get it, and I am dead if I lose it. Forget it. Even if I can't evolve, I still have a bunch of dinosaurs. He stood up, took a long breath, and then thought about the next plan in his mind. Since he failed to evolve, Yixiago's spiritual energy has not been used up. Then let dead Lin Das Han wake up today, and then, tomorrow, Lin Kong can also evolve. But, wait, you just said that I will not be infected by corpse poison? Lin Kong suddenly thought of what Lin Kong said just now. Well, people like you are called pure, and they are very rare. Pure people will never become zombies. So at the beginning, everyone wanted to be a pure person, but later, they found that pure people could not evolve, and their physical qualities would always remain within the scope of ordinary people. Therefore, the status of pure people was greatly reduced, and they were only a little higher than ordinary people. Lin Kong explained. Pure? Do you have any way to prove that I am not infected by corpse poison? Lin Kong still did not give up, and he wanted to struggle again. If he could be infected by zombies, then he was not a so-called pure person. In this case, the reason why he took the spirit core just now but did not have any reaction may be just an accident. There is a way. It's very simple. Just put your blood in contact with the corpse poison on the zombie's teeth and you will know. At the beginning, in order to check whether they were pure people, Many people use this blood corpse poison detection method. After countless proofs, this method is very accurate and effective. Then let's try it. Lin Kong found a clean bowl, cut open his thumb and squeezed out some blood. I've found the corpse poison. Soon, Lin Kong ran to the village chief's house next door, found a dead zombie at random, and scraped some of the zombie's tooth residue with a knife. The original text is available at Liu number 9/. Put it in. It was a knife anyway. Lin Kong ordered decisively. Pure people are pure people, although they can't evolve, but at least the name sounds quite pure. Pa. The residue fell, and after touching the bright red blood, there was no reaction. Xiago, you also squeeze a drop of blood in to see if there is zombie virus in this residue. Lin Kong thought of a possibility. If the residue itself does not carry corpse poison, this test is meaningless. Therefore, Xiago's blood must be used to prove that the residue has corpse poison. Although Xiago is a new human, she can also be infected. Only Lin Kong, a special meteorite new human transformed by the president, will not be infected. Sizzle. Without saying anything, Xiago cut open his thumb and squeezed out a drop of blood. As soon as the blood fell on the residue, it was like cold water meeting a red-hot iron block, and it boiled in an instant. This phenomenon is enough to prove that there is corpse poison in the residue, and Lin Kong's blood is indeed immune to corpse poison. Although I can't evolve, at least, I can safely fight zombies in the future. Lin Kong could only admit the ruthless fact that he was a pure person. After being stunned for a while, he immediately ordered, "Then next, Xiago, you let my father wake up quickly." Seeing Lin Kong's lost face return to normal, Lin Kong couldn't help but admire him in his heart. This guy is really a very strong person mentally. If it were me, at least I would be so sad that I couldn't eat for the whole day. After all, in this crisis-ridden apocalypse, ordinary people who can't evolve into new humans are almost no different from poor ants. Well, no problem, Xiago replied. She followed Lin Kong upstairs, but suddenly, crack, a crisp sound came from upstairs, as if the sound of an eggshell cracking was amplified hundreds of times. This sound was very familiar to Lin Kong. It was this sound that turned Lin Kong's previous action of picking winter melons into a life-and-death decision between his father and his sister. This sound is the sound of the dinosaur eggshell cracking. In other words, another dinosaur is about to be born. After the shell-breaking sound reached Lin Kong's ears, his thoughts instantly penetrated the thick concrete wall and were closely connected with the glowing dinosaur egg last night. Full. Comfortable. Dad. Okay. A series of intermittent thoughts were received by Lin Shan's mind. The general meaning of this thought was, this unborn dinosaur has eaten enough, it feels very comfortable, its body is full of strength, and it can't wait to break out of the shell. Finally, it is very grateful to Lin Kong as a father. Lin Kong was puzzled for a moment. This dinosaur was still hungry last night, how could it be full now? Suddenly, Lin Kong thought of a magical possibility. He swallowed hard, muttered to himself in disbelief, could it be that the spiritual energy of that second-level spiritual core was absorbed by the dinosaur egg upstairs? Chapter 45. The second dinosaur, come out. I didn't expect that this expired biscuit is quite delicious. Because Lin Kong failed to evolve, Lin Kong was in a good mood, and even the expired biscuits tasted very good. Looking up at the sky, the white clouds in the sky all felt very cute. Suddenly, there was a loud noise, crack. This sudden noise scared him so much that he accidentally dropped his biscuit on the ground. What's that sound? Why is it so loud? It doesn't sound like a gunshot. Lin Kong was puzzled. Bending down, he picked up the biscuit, wiped the dust off it, and prepared to eat it. Crack. Two more loud noises followed. The biscuit that had just been picked up fell to the ground again. What the hell is this? What are you doing? Lin Kong thought it was Lin Kong's trick, and asked loudly from a distance. In line with the good habit of saving food, Lin Kong planned to continue picking up biscuits. Unexpectedly, Lin Kong waved at him and shouted, Lin Kong, come here quickly, don't stand under the window, it will explode. With the experience of the last Tyrannosaurus Rex, Lin Kong guessed that this dinosaur would probably explode. Fortunately, the egg was not placed with Lin Das-han, but in another room, so it would not hurt Lin Das-han. However, Lin Kong was right under the window of that room. Once it exploded, before Lin Kong finished speaking, he heard the cracking sound from upstairs becoming more and more frequent, followed by a bang. It was like a thunderclap. The huge fluctuations even made the ground tremble slightly. Hoo-la-la! The glass in the room where the dinosaur egg was located was also shattered. The broken glass fragments fell down like rain. Lin Kong downstairs was frightened by the thunderous sound and held his head on the spot. As a result, a large number of glass fragments fell on him, causing his arms and neck to be pierced by the fragments and bleeding. "It hurts, it hurts." Lin Kong quickly ran into the living room to hide, carefully removing the glass fragments on his body, and said depressedly, "What? Is there a bomb hidden upstairs in your house?" Lin Kong, who didn't know the truth, thought that the birth of the dinosaur was a bomb explosion. "Xiago, you keep an eye on him downstairs, don't let him come up." Lin Kong didn't explain and ran directly to the second floor. Xiago was his girlfriend, and they had experienced life and death together. She could know about dinosaurs, but for Lin Kong, it would be better to hide the newly born dinosaur. Lin Kong was leaving himself a trick to prevent Lin Kong from betraying him. Xiago also understood this, so he stood at the stairs to prevent Lin Kong from coming up. "Don't worry, I won't go up." Lin Kong saw Lin Kong's posture and realized that what exploded just now was definitely not a bomb, but something very important. Although he was curious, he could only retreat to the sofa in the living room and continue to deal with the glass fragments on his body. Although he had seen dinosaur eggs last night, he would never have thought that the noise was caused by the birth of a dinosaur. Second floor. The door of the room where the dinosaur eggs were. A wall near the door had been blown open by the strong impact of the eggshell breaking, creating a large hole. There was thick dust in the air, making it impossible to see the situation inside. Ahem. As soon as Lin Kong took a step inside, he was choked by the dust and started coughing. At the same time, some dust got into his eyes. He had no choice but to step out and try to shout inside, "Hey, little dragon cub, come out." Before it was born, this little dragon cub could communicate with him, so it should be able to understand his orders like the Tyrannosaurus rex. I don't know what kind of dinosaur this second dinosaur is. It should also be a Tyrannosaurus rex. After all, their eggs look similar. Moreover, according to the contractor who gave the dinosaur eggs to my father, this large nest of dinosaur egg fossils were all together at the time. Boom 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 boom. As soon as Lin Kong finished speaking, a figure rushed towards him in the room with the dust stirring. Moreover, the floor was shaking. It looks like this little guy is quite heavy. When the Tyrannosaurus rex was just born, it was light and small. Even after eating a second level spirit core, its weight did not change much. But this dinosaur's footsteps were so heavy when it was just born, so it must not be a Tyrannosaurus rex. Lin Kong couldn't help but become more curious. What kind of dinosaur is this, Dad? Happy. So happy. Before the dinosaur ran out, a thought came to Lin Kong's mind first. The Tyrannosaurus rex's idea is to be hungry when hungry and to be in pain when in pain. It is very simple and direct. The original text is in Liu number 9//, and this second dinosaur seems to like to talk nonsense and repeat the same words. Moreover, through spiritual perception, Lin Kong found that this dinosaur lacked the fearless will of the Tyrannosaurus rex. Its mental character seemed to be particularly calm and cautious. Dong dong. The footsteps approached. Through the thick dust, it could be vaguely seen that the height of this dinosaur was about 1 meter. This was much larger than the Tyrannosaurus rex, which was only 20 centimeters tall. Velociraptor, Spinosaurus, Pterosaur, dot. Lin Kong guessed in his mind. Plop. Lin Kong was knocked to the ground by the dinosaur, and its tongue licked Lin Kong's cheek affectionately. "It's so heavy, get out of the way." Lin Kong pushed the huge, newly born dinosaur away. After a closer look, Lin Kong was a little disappointed. This turned out to be a herbivorous dinosaur. What's the use of eating grass? To be precise, this was a triceratops. Its features were very obvious. A short horn on the nose and 2 longer sharp horns on the forehead, a total of 3 horns, and there was a semicircular head shield behind its head. 3 horns and a head shield. Such a clear mark. Lin Kong recognized the type of dinosaur at a glance. However, No wonder this dinosaur just talked a lot of nonsense and had a calm and peaceful personality. It turned out to be a herbivorous dinosaur, but your horns and head shield are too useless. Lin Kong touched the head of the Triceratops and said with disdain, although this Triceratops is large in size, its 3 horns are not sharp at all and its head shield is not hard because it was just born. The Tyrannosaurus rex only needs to bite it lightly to probably bite through the head shield. Happy. So happy. Triceratops is also very dependent on Lin Kong like the Tyrannosaurus rex, and also likes to rub its head against Lin Kong's body. Why do you talk so much nonsense and keep repeating it? Although the pit father dragon pitted me once, I like its quiet personality. Lin Kong cast a look of annoyance at the Triceratops. As a docile herbivore, the Triceratops is of no use to Lin Kong's current situation. Awesome. So awesome. As if sensing Lin Kong's disdain for him, the Triceratops suddenly raised his head and sent out a strange thought. What do you mean by amazing? Why are you so weird? Lin Kong was a little confused. After all, he calls me Dad, right? So Lin Kong touched its head and decided in his heart that although this Triceratops is rubbish for now, I will still raise you well. The performance of the Triceratops next made Lin Kong realize that he was wrong. It turned out that this Triceratops, like the Tyrannosaurus rex, also had skills. After experiencing the skills of the Triceratops, Lin Kong would never say it was rubbish again. There was only one meaning left: strong, very strong, extremely strong, too damn strong. Chapter 46, Triceratops Skills. Originally, this Triceratops would need at least 7 or 8 days to break out of its shell. So, why did it come out so quickly? Therefore, Lin Kong had to guess that it might be that after he swallowed the spirit core, the spiritual energy inside was transferred to the dinosaur. Of course, this was just a guess, and Lin Kong didn't know if it was right. After all, his body didn't feel anything abnormal. From the fact that it just told me that it was full, it might have absorbed the spiritual energy. The way to find out if there is spiritual energy in the Triceratops is very simple. Just call Yeeziago up and try it out. Wow, so big? After Yeeziago came up, he ordered Lin Qiao to guard the stairs to prevent Lin Qingfeng from coming up. Lin Qiao was listening to the sound downstairs and was very curious. She also wanted to come up and take a look. However, she decided to stay downstairs obediently and stare at Lin Qingfeng, the big bad guy. Look at how much spiritual energy it has in its body. Okay, but it won't bite people. Yeeziago stretched out his hand, and the eyes of the Triceratops were full of hostility. The Triceratops was 1 meter tall and looked bigger than a dog. Yeeziago was a little scared by its eyes. She's my girlfriend, why are you glaring at her? Lin Kong taught it a lesson, and the Triceratops immediately became docile again, allowing Yeeziago to touch it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeeziago's hands glowed white, and she closed her eyes and began to count. It really evolved. Lin Kong's eyes lit up, and he suddenly had a bold idea in his mind, and he was very excited about this idea. However, this idea must wait before it can be implemented. The most important thing now is to find out the situation of the Triceratops. A total of 14 strands, exactly the same as my spiritual energy. Yeeziago opened his eyes and said, amazing. It's a first-level evolved beast when it was born. Then, what are your skills? After the Tyrannosaurus rex ate a second-level spiritual core and evolved to level 1, it had skills. Therefore, this Triceratops must also have skills. This Triceratops didn't seem to be as smart as the Tyrannosaurus rex, and didn't quite understand the meaning of skills. Cheating dragon, get over here. Lin Kong called the Tyrannosaurus rex up from downstairs, intending to let the Tyrannosaurus rex demonstrate the release of skills, and then see if the Triceratops can understand. Ah Kong, why do you always call the Tyrannosaurus rex a cheating dragon, and you always use words like get out of here? The Tyrannosaurus rex helped Lin Kong through life and death, and even if it had no merit, it had worked hard. Lin Kong treated it so rudely, and Yeeziago was quite puzzled. It cheated me twice in a row since it was born. Then, Lin Kong roughly talked about the winter melon picking operation and the jumping zombies. It was because the Tyrannosaurus rex almost cheated him to death that Lin Kong called it cheating dragon. Wow, Ah Kong, you are too fierce. You actually killed a second-level mutant zombie with a chopping knife. After listening to Lin Kong's story, Yixiago exclaimed. Although she didn't know the details of the incident, just the act of chopping off the head of a second-level zombie close to her body was enough to be thrilling. Even Yixiago, a new human, would not dare to do this. But Lin Kong, an ordinary person, did it. Now, Yixiago's admiration for Lin Kong became even stronger. It's just a pity that Lin Kong can't evolve. If he had superpowers, coupled with his smart mind and superhuman courage, he might be able to easily defeat the enemy at a higher level. After all, the body of an ordinary person is too fragile, too weak, and too slow. In this end of the world full of mutant zombies and new humans, it is really not enough. Thinking of this, Yixiago couldn't help but feel that fate was unfair to Lin Kong. However, what happened next surprised her, and she even felt a little jealous of Lin Kong's good luck. Forbidden Fire Eye activated. Under Lin Kong's command, the Tyrannosaurus Rex activated its own skills. At first, its eyes emitted white light because of the condensation of spiritual energy. Then, when the skill was activated, two whoosh sounds were heard, and two red flames burned above the pupils out of thin air. Fire! Lin Kong ordered the Tyrannosaurus to shoot at a fly flying in the air. Although the temperature of the flame was not very high, it was more than enough to deal with the fly. The fly was first trapped in the air by the flame, and then burned into a charred corpse by the flame. Get it? This is a skill. Triceratops, come, let me see your skills. Lin Kong squatted down, pointed at the eyes of the Tyrannosaurus, and coaxed the Triceratops. The original text is available at LU number 9/. Yes, I have. I also have. The Triceratops always likes to repeat himself. As soon as it passed the idea into Lin Kong's mind, it suddenly kicked hard with all four legs and pounced on Lin Kong. Damn, why are you pounced on me? Is your skill a collision? Fortunately, Lin Kong reacted quickly and rolled over to avoid the Triceratops. Otherwise he would be thrown to the ground by it again. Yes, happy. Yes, yes, yes. However, the Triceratops rushed towards Lin Kong again like crazy. What's going on? Are herbivorous dinosaurs not as smart as carnivorous dinosaurs? Lin Kong dodged easily again. An expert once said that most carnivores are indeed smarter than herbivores. Seeing the silly look of the Triceratops, Lin Kong believed the expert's words. The Triceratops suddenly became anxious. It raised its head and roared, but it was completely different from the roar of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Its voice was more steady and majestic. It was shining white and suddenly accelerated towards Lin Kong. The three horns on its head, which were not too sharp, were aimed directly at Lin Kong's abdomen. If it hit, although it would not penetrate the abdomen, according to the strength of the Triceratops, it would at least make Lin Kong bleed. Be careful, Yixiago exclaimed. She rushed over and tried to push the Triceratops away, but it was too late. The Triceratops was too close. Cow! Lin Kong only had time to curse. He was caught off guard and was hit by the suddenly rampaging Triceratops. Lin Kong fell to the ground and was very angry. Damn it! This Triceratops has no ability, but it is very ferocious when it hits me. So, after being knocked down, Lin Kong immediately ordered the Tyrannosaurus to bite the Triceratops. Today, this bastard must be taught a lesson. Hey, you pit dragon, why don't you move? Lin Kong looked at the Tyrannosaurus in confusion, and was very curious why it didn't listen to him today, because it always obeyed his orders in the past. Kong, you, Yixiago suddenly pointed at Lin Kong with a surprised look on his face, but he hesitated and couldn't say anything. Why are your eyes so wide open? Hey, wait, I got hit. Why don't I feel any pain? And where did that annoying Triceratops go? When Lin Kong, who was full of confusion, saw the appearance of his hands, his eyes suddenly opened wider than Yixiago's. After taking a closer look, Lin Kong's face changed and he exclaimed in surprise, "Oh my god, this Triceratops skill is actually Magical Girl Transformation." Chapter 47, It's Awesome. 3 Effects. In front of the dressing mirror, while looking at his brand new clothes, Lin Kong asked, "Xiago, do you think I'm awesome?" Yixiago looked at Lin Kong's appearance and nodded, praising him seriously. You are indeed awesome. Lin Kong's whole body was covered with a layer of dark green dinosaur skin and flesh. Moreover, there were 3 horns on his face and a semicircular head shield on his neck. From a distance, Lin Kong looked like a human-shaped triceratops. Dinosaur possession. This is the skill of the triceratops. Once this skill is activated, it can turn into a thick layer of liquid defense and attach to Lin Kong's body. Even the iconic 3 horns and head shield will be transferred to Lin Kong's head. I feel full of strength in my body. After being dinosaur possession, Lin Kong clenched his fists and felt that he had endless strength. He picked up a stone on the ground and squeezed it hard. Crack! The stone broke into 2 pieces. You are so strong. Yixiago was shocked. Come on, Xiago. Let's arm wrestle and see who is stronger. Lin Kong excitedly proposed a way to test strength. Okay. Yixiago found a table and the two began to arm wrestle. Bang! After a full strength contest, Lin Kong slightly defeated Yixiago's palm and knocked it down on the table. Crap! I won. I actually beat a new human. Lin Kong cheered happily. I thought this triceratops was useless, but I didn't expect it to have such a great skill. Not only can it possess itself, greatly improving my defense, but it can also comprehensively enhance my strength. Lin Kong ran around the room and found that his speed had also been greatly improved. Although you can't evolve, as long as you keep strengthening the triceratops, with the skill of dinosaur possession, you are evolving in disguise, Yixiago said with a smile. She used to feel sorry for Lin Kong's pure constitution, but now Lin Kong finally has a very powerful life-saving skill. Yeah, Lin Kong nodded excitedly, and his previous depressed mood was swept away. To him, the skill of this triceratops was even more powerful than that of the Tyrannosaurus rex. However, the effect of comprehensively enhancing physical fitness is not the most amazing part of dinosaur possession. Next, Xiago, watch carefully. I will show you the really amazing part of this skill. Lin Kong picked up a stone from the ground and smiled proudly. Possession is already powerful enough. What other effects are there? Yixiago couldn't help but ask. Lin Kong threw the stone into the air and then punched. However, this punch did not hit the stone, and it was about a fist's width away from the stone. Yixiago was puzzled by Lin Kong's strange behavior and was about to ask. Swish! Suddenly, a horn about 20 centimeters long emerged from Lin Kong's fist. The fist that could not hit the stone originally, but with the help of the long horn that suddenly emerged, it broke the stone in half. Wow! How did you do this? And your skill of growing horns is comparable to Wolverine's claws. Yixiago pulled Lin Kong's hand and looked at it carefully, trying to see if there were any holes on the back of his hand. But I only have 3 horns at most, which is half a Wolverine at most. Why only 3 horns? Can't your other hand grow a horn? Hey, why is there 1 less horn on your head? Yixiago looked up and found that there was only 1 long horn and 1 short horn left on Lin Kong's face. Because these horns did not grow out of thin air, but were transferred. Lin Kong pointed to the remaining long horn on his forehead, and suddenly the long horn disappeared, and at the same time, the long horn on his fist became 2. He continued to explain, not only can the long horns be transferred, but the short horns on the nose can also be transferred. Swoosh! Lin Kong transferred the last short horn to his fist. This skill is a magical weapon to sneak up on people. When fighting with others, the horns that were originally on the face suddenly emerged from the knees. Who can defend against it? Yixiago was happy for Lin Kong just now, but now he is envious. It would be great if I also had a triceratops that can possess people. It's a pity that the nest of dinosaur eggs belonged to Lin Kong alone, and they only recognized Lin Kong. The original text is available at LU number 9/. There is another function. Because Lin Kong can communicate with dinosaurs, when the triceratops activated the skill, he almost knew most of the functions of this skill. There is another function, strengthening the body, growing horns and transferring. It's already perverted enough. How can there be another function? Yixiago's eyes gradually changed from envy to jealousy. Come on, hit me with your fist. Okay. Yixiago knew that Lin Kong wanted to show off this new function, so he punched casually. Bang! The fist didn't hit Lin Kong, but hit a semicircular, slightly hard object halfway. It was the head shield. Haha, so your last function is to transfer the head shield, right? Although Yiziago was envious, he pretended to be disdainful on his face. Humphrey, I can't let this Kid Kong get too proud. You guessed it. Seeing that Yiziago was not shocked at all, Lin Kong suddenly felt that the function of transferring the head shield was boring. Yes, not only the sharp horns of the Triceratops can be transferred, but also the solid head shield can be transferred to any part of the body at will. In summary, the three functions of dinosaur possession are comprehensive body strengthening, dragon horn transfer, and head shield transfer. These three effects, no matter which one, are very powerful. Therefore, Lin Kong decided that he must learn close combat when he has time. Once he has learned some fighting techniques, combined with the skills of dinosaur possession, his strength will be greatly improved. Hurry up and remove this skill. By the way, when should we start to speed up the awakening of Uncle? Yiziago didn't want to look at Lin Kong anymore and show off his abnormal skills, so he quickly changed the topic to Lin Das-han. Yes, if I can wake my dad up today, I can set off tomorrow morning. Because he didn't need to evolve, the original plan could be advanced by a whole day. Lin Kong then removed the possession of the Triceratops. Dao-san, you are really awesome. When I have time in the future, I will think of a name for you. Lin Kong touched the head of the Triceratops and said to it. The Triceratops narrowed its eyes and enjoyed Lin Kong's touch and praise. The Tyrannosaurus Rex on the side was jealous and his eyes were blazing. This Triceratops has such powerful skills and has never cheated Lin Kong, so it is naturally qualified to get a formal name. Unlike the Tyrannosaurus Rex, because it cheated Lin Kong twice, its name was casually given as Cheating Father Dragon. By the way, I have another bold idea. Lin Kong suddenly remembered his plan just now. What's the idea? Yiziago walked to Lin Das-han's room and was about to start. That idea is absolutely super awesome, super cool, super invincible. If I tell you, you'll be jealous to death. But Lin Kong deliberately said halfway through, forget it. Let's wait until my dad wakes up. TSK, you're still keeping me in suspense. You can say it or not. Yiziago pouted and pretended to be completely uncurious. Chapter 48 Bold Ideas. No, I can't stand it. Yiziago was about to start speeding up Lin Das-han's evolution so that he would wake up earlier, but because of curiosity, she stood up, put her hands on her waist and glared at Lin Kong, saying, hurry up, tell me your so-called bold idea now. Didn't you say you didn't want to listen just now? Lin Kong originally wanted to wait for Lin Das-han to wake up before slowly studying the bold idea. Humphrey, tell me now quickly, otherwise, don't even think about touching my hand in the future. Yiziago pretended to threaten. She hated people who only spoke halfway. You either say it all or shut up. Don't say a word. Kong is really hateful. He aroused my curiosity, but suddenly stopped talking. Okay, I'll tell you now. Lin Kong immediately coaxed Yiziago. It's okay to say the idea first, and then study it carefully after Dad wakes up. So, he took out a first-level spirit core. What do you want to do with the spirit core? Do you still want to try to evolve? Lin Kong is a pure one, and it is useless for him to eat the spirit core. Yiziago just asked casually, but she didn't expect Lin Kong to answer. Yes, although you have more spirit cores, you can't afford to waste them like this, right? No, I have a guess. Lin Kong took a deep breath and said that super awesome idea. It may be like this. After I take the spirit core, the spiritual energy inside may be passed to this Triceratops in some special way. So, this Triceratops will be born early. So, it will have spiritual energy and skills when it is just born. Since I eat the spirit core, the Triceratops can easily obtain spiritual energy. Then, what will happen if I swallow a large amount of spirit cores? Yiziago thought for a moment when she heard this, and suddenly her eyes lit up and said, in that case, your Triceratops can evolve quickly. In her heart, she couldn't help but praise that this is indeed a good idea. But, then she thought of another question. To swallow the spirit core, You need to cooperate with the 6-petal green flower, otherwise, you will become. Yiziago stopped talking halfway, but thought of something. Taking the spirit core alone does have the risk of turning into a zombie. But, I am a pure person. Lin Kong said Yiziago's concerns, and smiled and boasted, la la la, I am immune to corpse poison, I will never become a zombie. Thinking about it, if your guess is true, then your Triceratops can indeed evolve super fast. The skills of the Triceratops are already perverted and invincible enough, but now Lin Kong has come up with a wrong way that can make the Triceratops grow rapidly. Sure enough, as Lin Kong said just now, Yiziago was really jealous to death. Originally, Yiziago felt that fate was unfair for Lin Kong's identity as a pure person who could not evolve. But now it seems that Lin Kong, who has a nest of dinosaur eggs, is the chosen son favored by fate. HMPH, stand by the wall and stay there. Don't eat the spirit core secretly to evolve your dinosaur. Wait until your father wakes up. Yiziago didn't want to see Lin Kong's proud face anymore. Well, okay. Are you going to wake up my father now? Following the will of his great-girlfriend, Lin Kong stood by the wall obediently and asked carefully, it will take about 8 or 9 minutes. I'm going to start. Don't disturb me. After Yiziago finished speaking, she covered Lin Han's forehead with her hands full of spiritual energy. She closed her eyes and slowed down her breathing. Strands of spiritual energy passed through her palms and gradually entered Lin Han's body, and began to speed up his evolution. The room suddenly became quiet. Not long after, Lin Kong called Lin Qiao up. As for Lin Kingfeng, it was okay for him to see the Triceratops, as long as he didn't reveal his skills. Wow, another baby dinosaur, so big. Brother, can I ride a dragon? Lin Qiao asked happily when she saw the Triceratops. Okay, as long as you are not afraid of falling. If everything goes well, Lin Kong will leave tomorrow morning and go to the county town. So, while there is still some free time, let your sister have a good time. Brother, this is a Triceratops, right? Lin Qiao found the protective gear that she used to use for skating, and asked while wearing it. Yes, Qiao is really smart. Lin Kong praised at the right time, and tied some soft cloth strips to the sharp horns of the Triceratops to prevent it from poking Lin Qiao's eyes later. After everything was ready, Lin Qiao sat on the broad back of the Triceratops. Under Lin Kong's command, the Triceratops was very docile and obedient. Wow brother, now I am a dragon rider. Lin Qiao rode the Triceratops excitedly and turned around in another room. Because Lin Kong was watching by the side, Lin Qiao was quite safe. After playing for a few minutes, Yiziago's call came from the bedroom. Dad is awake, come down quickly. Oh, good. I wonder if Dad's superpowers are powerful. Hearing that Lin Han had woken up, Lin Qiao lost her thoughts on riding a dinosaur and quickly followed Lin Kong to the bedroom. Dad, great, you are awake. Seeing Lin Han slowly opening his eyes, Lin Qiao excitedly rushed over and threw herself into her father's arms. Kong, wasn't I stabbed in the stomach by that four-eyed guy? How come my stomach is fine now? Lin Han was very confused and didn't know what had happened. At this time, he wanted to gently move Lin Qiao away, but unexpectedly, bang, he pushed his daughter under the bed. Ah, Qiao. Read the original text in Liu number 9/. Lin Han screamed and grabbed his daughter, but it was too late. Fortunately, Lin Qiao was not injured. When did I become so strong? Lin Han clenched his palms in confusion, and found that his whole body was full of strength. Also, Xiago, why are you here too? Kong, didn't she break up with you? Looking at the familiar Xiago, Lin Han was not very happy, because he felt that Yiziago's parents were too snobbish. But, isn't her home in the county town? Why did she suddenly run here? At this moment, his mind was full of questions. Lin Kong stepped forward and told him what happened last night. Dad, it's like this. Although you only slept for a short night, a lot of things happened that night. First of all, Lin Kong started from how he was hung on the wall and killed Li Kegi. Then Li Kegi resurrected from the dead to take revenge. Then Yiziago was forced to kill himself, but in the end he not only survived, but also killed Jin Bang. and he also took brother Ling, the most powerful of the three of them, as his younger brother. Wow, son, are you sure so many things happened in one night? You are not making up a story? After listening to this, Lin Han's heart was in turmoil for a long time and he asked in disbelief, "These are all true, uncle. I was able to escape with my life thanks to Kong's efforts alone. Your son is really amazing." Yi Xiago showed a respectful expression on his face and nodded seriously. Hee, it's just luck. Lin Kong was embarrassed by Yi Xiago's praise. He touched the back of his head and said modestly, "Ever since Kong killed that jumping zombie with a knife, I knew that my son must be an extraordinary person. I didn't expect. Your extraordinariness far exceeded my imagination." Lin Han patted Lin Kong on the shoulder and said very proudly, "Originally, he was not good at expressing emotions, but after hearing everything that happened last night, even the dullest person would be excited to praise. By the way, Dad, we have another dinosaur at home." Lin Qiao also came forward, rushing to introduce some changes that happened at home. "How come a dinosaur is hatched so soon? Didn't they say that there are still several days?" Lin Han's head was a little dizzy. "This night has passed, and it feels like a year has passed. So many things have happened. Dad, it's like this." Then, Lin Kong patiently explained the matter of dinosaurs and proposed a plan for tomorrow. "Tomorrow morning, Lin Kingfeng and I plan to go to the county town to rescue Mom, and we don't plan to take you three with us. Brother, are you going to separate from me?" Lin Qiao immediately asked with a look of reluctance. "You won't take me with you either." "But my dad and mom are still working under the hands of Jin Bao's people. I have to go to save them." Yi Xiago pulled Lin Kong's clothes and said worriedly, "Just the two of you? Why don't you take more people? There is strength in numbers," Lin Han also advised. However, Lin Kong looked around at the three closest relatives and saw that there was no hesitation in their eyes. There was only an unusually confident look. He promised firmly and solemnly, "To be honest, bringing you would be a burden. For this rescue operation, it is best for only Lin Kingfeng and I to go." "Qiao, Dad, Xiago, don't worry, my mother and Xiago's parents will not be left behind. My life motto is that children make choices, and I, Lin Kong, want them all. Therefore, believe me, I promise that I will definitely rescue them all." Yi Xiago and Lin Han heard Lin Kong's promise and nodded, agreeing with Lin Kong's plan. Even Lin Qiao, although still reluctant in her eyes, pursed her lips and said nothing. "Okay, don't be so serious. Don't. By the way, Dad should have evolved successfully. Come on, let's see what superpowers are." Lin Kong clapped his hands and livened up the atmosphere in the bedroom again. Hearing this, Lin Qiao's eyes immediately brightened up. She pulled Lin Han's clothes and said coquettishly, "Yes. My dad is already a Superman. Hurry up. Superpowers. I want to see superpowers." If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 49 Levels of Superpowers. It's time to show you Lin Han's superpowers. After some exploration, Lin Han came to the vegetable garden downstairs and began to show his superpowers. "Superpowers, superpowers. Dad, so awesome. My dad is the best." Before Lin Han started to show his superpowers, Lin Qiao cheered. "He's just a level 0 waste new human." "What's so exciting about that?" Lin Kingfeng, who was not far away, picked his nose and whispered with disdain. He didn't dare to speak too loudly, for fear that Lin Kong would hear him, because Lin Han ate a level 1 spirit core, which contained about 10 strands of spiritual energy. According to the conversion rate of about 50%, Lin Han had about 5 strands of spiritual energy in his body. 1 to 9 strands of spiritual energy are called level 0 waste new humans. Therefore, Lin Kingfeng's disdain was also reasonable. Generally speaking, the less spiritual energy one has when awakening for the first time, the more rubbish one's superpowers are. However, Lin Han had something unexpected, because his stomach had swallowed a kitchen knife. Get a stool ready, so that you won't be too surprised and fall to the ground. Lin Han continued to keep the secret. Dad, the stools are ready, you hurry up. Lin Kong fulfilled Lin Han's wish and found 3 stools from the hall for Xiaogo, his sister and himself to sit on. Lin Kingfeng would not be stupid enough to move a stool, he thought with contempt in his heart. Haha, a level 0 waste new human, it is impossible for him to have superpowers. In fact, Lin Kong did not think that Lin Han would have particularly powerful skills. After all, he just ate a level 1 spirit core. Very good. Lin Han looked at the 3 relatives who had done it obediently, and he was very satisfied. As for Lin Kingfeng, who once wanted to kill people to silence them, Lin Han simply ignored him. Then, he stood on a high stone pier, and made the index and middle fingers of his right hand into a sword shape. Did you see the orange tree 100 meters away? Lin Han pointed mysteriously at the orange tree in the distance. Hey, I see it, Dad, you better hurry up, Lin Kong said casually. I see it, Dad, can you hit the orange tree that far away? So awesome. Lin Qiao's eyes were full of stars, and she held her chin with anticipation. TSK. This guy only knows how to brag. Lin Kingfeng has seen many people like this who make a lot of noise but do little. If he, a new human at level 0, can hit the orange tree 100 meters away, I'll just do a live broadcast of myself doing a handstand and having diarrhea. Lin Kingfeng, who was standing aside, had a sneer on his face. Knife. Suddenly, Lin Han shouted loudly, scaring Lin Kingfeng. However, after the shout, nothing happened around him. Just when everyone was puzzled, another word was shouted out by Lin Han's loud voice. Go. As this word fell, Lin Han's raised right hand suddenly burst into brilliant light. There was only a whoosh sound. It seemed that something shot out from his right hand. Lin Kong was an ordinary person, so he didn't see what it was clearly, only heard the sound of the air being broken. However, as a new human of level 2, Lin Kingfeng saw it clearly. Because this superpower was too powerful, he was even shocked and fell to the ground with a butt, muttering to himself, how is it possible? He is just a level 0 waste, and the awakened superpower is so perverted. Hualala. After a while, the orange tree in the distance slowly fell down, and the dense branches and leaves fell to the ground. 100 meters away, an orange tree was instantly destroyed. Although Lin Kong didn't know how Lin Han did it, but in terms of the result, this superpower was definitely very strong. Knife. Lin Han shouted again, and after 3 or 4 seconds, he shouted the next word, come. Everyone heard a sound of breaking through the air from a distance, as if an object was flying towards here at high speed. Snap. The high-speed object stopped in Lin Han's hand. Lin Kong looked closely and was shocked on the spot. It was actually a kitchen knife. The original text is in Liu number 9/. This kitchen knife is very familiar. It is the kitchen knife that Li Kegi stabbed into Lin Han's stomach. It is estimated that even Li Kegi could not expect that this kitchen knife just fulfilled Lin Han's superpower. Dad, is your superpower to control the kitchen knife? Lin Kong stood up all of a sudden and asked expectantly. This is much more powerful than the Hand of Seal, Forbidden Fire Eye, and the like. It is even more powerful than Lin Kingfeng's White Cloud Wings. That's right. Not only can I control the kitchen knife, I can also. Lin Han threw the kitchen knife into the air, and the kitchen knife floated in the air. Then he jumped hard and stepped on it with both feet. After twisting his waist to stabilize his balance, Lin Han raised his chin high and said proudly, I can also fly with the sword. Of course, Lin Han was bragging. Because of too little spiritual energy, he couldn't fly at all, and could only float at most. Moreover, even floating couldn't last long. In order to prevent being exposed, Lin Han floated for a few seconds and then immediately jumped to the ground. Then he continued to show off and control the kitchen knife, floating around him. How is it? Isn't my superpower cool, flashy and awesome? Indeed. Cool, flashy and awesome. This time Lin Kong's words were not perfunctory. He was sincere. Wow, I also want to have such a superpower like flying with a sword. Lin Kong's eyes were full of envy. Oh wow, Dad, You are so awesome. I want one too. I want to step on the kitchen knife too. Lin Kong pulled the corner of Lin Han's clothes and shouted excitedly. Okay, okay, you step on it too. Lin Han let the kitchen knife float very low so that Lin Kong could step on it. She just rode a dinosaur and now she was flying with a knife. She was so happy today. Lin Kong, who was not far away, patted the dust off his butt. He muttered in dissatisfaction in his heart. This guy's luck is too good. The superpower he awakened is even better than mine. The power of superpowers is divided into levels. From low to high, they are C level, B level, A level, and powerful S level, and very rare and very powerful SS level, and the heaven-defying SSS level. Yeezyagos, hand of ceiling, probably belongs to C level. The Tyrannosaurus rex's forbidden fire eye belongs to B level. Lin Kong's white cloud wings should be A level. And Lin Han's newly awakened cleaning knife control belongs to S level. As for Triceratops dinosaur possession, judging by the three effects of this skill, it should be very rare and very powerful. SS level. An hour later, Lin Han's research on superpowers finally came to an end. Then, it was Lin Kong's turn to study. How was Triceratops's plugin made? Chapter 50 Triceratops's hack. Ziago, are you sure there won't be any problem if I take the spirit core alone? Lin Kong asked cautiously. Ziago patted Lin Kong on the shoulder and said affirmatively, don't worry, the pure can neither evolve nor be infected by corpse poison. Okay. Lin Kong nodded. In fact, he still had a 6-petal green flower left, which was given to him by Lin Kong. But this 6-petal green flower had to be left for Lin Kong. After Lin Kong evolved and had superpowers, she would not always be a burden to her family. Gulp. Lin Kong no longer hesitated and swallowed a first-level spirit core with boiled water. After waiting for a few minutes, sure enough, he didn't want to sleep, and his eyes were not filled with angry and violent bloodshot. After swallowing this spirit core, it was like a drop of water into the sea, and there was no reaction. But, the change happened in a place that Lin Kong couldn't see. Got it? A white mist-like line appeared on the back of your head. This time, Yeezyagoo gathered the spiritual energy around his eyes, and then he could see the change in Lin Kong's body. There was a white line extending from the back of his head. Looking along the white line, he could find that the other end of the line was just connected to the back of the head of the Triceratops. What's wrong? What happened? Lin Kong had ordinary eyes, and even if he used a mirror to look at the back of his head, he couldn't see the strange white line. So Yeezyagoo had to explain it to him. After listening, Lin Kong slapped his thigh excitedly. So, after I take the spiritual core, the spiritual energy generated will be absorbed by the Triceratops. My body is like a filter that can filter out the zombie spiritual core. Therefore, the evolution of the Triceratops does not need to eat the precious and rare 6-petal green flower. After a while, the white line disappeared. It was probably because all the spiritual energy in Lin Kong's body had been passed to the Triceratops. Comfortable. So comfortable. Really comfortable. After receiving the spiritual energy, the Triceratops squinted its eyes comfortably and sent its thoughts to Lin Kong. Ziago, take a look at how much spiritual energy the Triceratops has. After receiving this thought, Lin Kong knew that the Triceratops must have evolved again. 1, 2, 3. Yeezyagoo reached out and touched the Triceratops, then closed his eyes and counted. After a while, he opened his eyes and was surprised. It really has increased. Just now, it was 14 strands like me, but now it has become 18 strands, a full 4 strands more. Others need to consume precious 6-petal green flowers to make their bodies more spiritual, but this Triceratops, in just a few minutes, without any props, directly gained 4 strands of spiritual energy. Great, then I will continue to eat. Lin Kong swallowed another level 1 spiritual core. Anyway, level 1 spiritual cores are not valuable, and there are many level 1 mutant zombies outside. 10 minutes later. Full. So full, I'm full. The Triceratops shook its head, and actually tore off the misty white line on its own initiative, and sent its thoughts to Lin Kong. After checking the spiritual energy in the Triceratops' body again, Yeeziago found that there was only one more strand, and the total number was 19. It seems that 19 strands is the limit. Maybe the Triceratops also needs to condense that spiritual energy. Spiritual energy beads. Yes, only by condensing the spiritual energy beads can you break through the confinement of level 1 and enter the level 2 stage. Lin Kong thought he could evolve indefinitely, but he didn't expect that after only increasing 5 strands of spiritual energy, he encountered a big problem. But how can the Triceratops condense the spiritual energy beads? This method of condensing beads is also a very confidential thing in the gathering place. I don't have much experience. You have to ask Lin Kong. Yeeziago spread his hands and said helplessly, "Okay, I'll go ask around later." However, as far as the current situation is concerned, I'm quite satisfied. Lin Kong touched the head of the Triceratops and found that its 2 long horns had become much harder, and the semicircular head shield, because of the increase in spiritual energy, has greatly enhanced its defensive power. The original text is available at LU number 9 at book/bar. In this way, the power of the skill, dinosaur possession, has also increased a lot in disguise. Therefore, Lin Kong's self-confidence in the next rescue operation is also a little more sufficient. By the way, aren't you going to the county town tomorrow? Do you need to prepare anything? Well, let me think. The most important thing for this rescue operation is speed. It can't be too slow, so we can't bring too many cumbersome things, except for some food on the way. Nothing else is needed. So Lin Kong said, "The county town is only more than 50 kilometers away from here. Please help me steam more than 10 pieces of bacon and save them for eating on the way." That's enough. Later, I will go to get 2 motorcycles with Lin Kong. Okay, what about clothes? Do you want to bring a few sets of clothes to change? No need for clothes. I'm going to save people, not to live in the gathering place, so no need for clothes. It doesn't matter if they are dirty. In fact, most of the survivors in the city can hardly drink even a sip of clean water. Fortunately, Orange Village is a rural area, so Lin Kong and his friends have the right to consider taking a bath. Then, the 2 of them talked for a while and arranged all the trivial matters at home. Now, I have 2 dinosaurs, one with invincible teeth and one with abnormal defense. So, don't worry. Lin Kong held Yeeziago's face and comforted her. Well, I believe you. Yeeziago took the initiative to tiptoe and kissed Lin Kong on the lips like a dragonfly touching the water. In the evening, to the sound of a motorcycle starting came from the yard of Lao Wang's house in the north of the village. "Brother, how is it?" "I'm okay." Lin Kong looked at the successfully started motorcycle and said proudly, "Well, not bad. I didn't expect you to fix the motorcycle with one hand." Lin Kong knew nothing about motorcycles, but Lin Kong knew. He used to be a mechanic in a car shop. When the end of the world came, he lingered for a while until he met the president and became a special new human of the meteorite group. Only then did he turn over. After a whole day of recovery, Lin Kong's fractured left arm can be used normally, but the right arm needs to grow back, which will take a few days. Therefore, Lin Kong could only use one arm to do the repair work. But what impressed Lin Kong was that Lin Kong had repaired 2 motorcycles in just half an hour. After repairing the motorcycle, Lin Kong's expression looked very proud and satisfied. Seeing this, Lin Kong even thought that he was just a kind and hard-working repairman. However, Lin Kong would never forget Lin Kong's indifferent character that ignored life last night. He must always be on guard against this person's betrayal. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.